Welcome to High Rollers.
Hi.
Sam, I'm very sorry. Welcome, everybody. I'm your Dungeon Master, Mark Sherlock Humes. I am joined this week by... Ding, 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 ding. We got Ree, we've got Trot, we've got Kim. And on the other side, we have Tom and Katie.
What up, gamers? What up, gamers?
Hey,
what up,
gamers.
Speedrunners and gamers. 100% is out there. This is for you.
It's all for you, baby. Hey, everybody. We're glad to be back. We apologise for missing. I think we missed last week. We had some unexpected stuff come up. Sorry. But we're back. And a couple of things
I'm
to go into before we begin today's episode.
Oh, bro, you got this.
Felt like the gas, but there's no sound.
You can do this.
Silence. No, we've got a couple of things. First things first, we want to do a big shout out to our friends at Only Games.
Yeah, we do.
Only Games, you know them because they have been a big part in helping us do our wonderful miniatures that we've done that you can go and buy from the store.
Buy them right now.
But we want to shout out because they have got their amazing sci-fi and fantasy September crates currently going on. Each month they do a different set of minis in each set. For September, their minis are being done from Titan Forge, who's a creator.
Good creator.
They are,
You can see them on the screen. We've also have them physically here as well, which we can show you as well. But for £10 plus postage and packaging a month, you get 3 highly detailed, beautiful miniatures, plus exclusive discounts on that month's featured creators store. You can choose between fantasy or sci-fi, and that's us at High Rollers, have a special discount code that gets you your first month free. You just have to pay for postage and packaging. So it's free £10, and then you just pay the postage and packaging on top. And that code is HR September. So you can get your first free crate. It's amazing. We love the Only Games team. They've done our amazing miniatures. We've got them right here. Sam's zooming in. This is last month's one.
Set now in September.
But this is like the quality, the level of quality you get.
Yeah, they're banging.
Who doesn't love? Like, I love miniatures. I love painting miniatures. I use shit tons of miniatures in our D&D games. But getting like 3 really awesome miniatures from cool creators every month, that's a lovely little thing, innit? And then you get discounts if you'd like to go and buy some more. You get discounts on that creators store as well.
Yeah, I like it because it's individual creators or teams of creators sculpting really awesome minis, and it goes direct to them.
Yeah.
Which is really cool.
It's a wonderful little thing. And yeah, Only Games, great little service. We've had great experience with them for facilitating our miniatures that we're doing. So go and check them out. We want to give them a big old shout out because they've been very lovely to us. So go and check that out and pick yourself up a crate. Don't forget that code HR September gets you a month free. You just have to pay the postage and packaging. So you get your first month free. Lovely little gift.
Yeah.
Lovely little treat.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Speaking of lovely little treats, guess what's in 2 days' time?
My nervous breakdown.
2 days.
Oh, the final.
Doom, doom.
The final.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dawn of the second day.
Dawn of the.
Something.
But yeah, it is the live show at the Adelphi. There is still time. If you've been sat on the fence and you're like, oh, Mark, I don't know, I really want to go to the live show, but money and time and everything. And then you're sat there going like, the FOMO's too strong. The FOMO's too good. I gotta go.
Yeah.
Don't worry. Tickets are still available. You've pretty much got like today and tomorrow to buy the tickets.
Yes.
Get yourself down to London. Make a day of it. Come and meet all the community. They're going to be doing little community meetups during the day.
There'll be 1,000.
People are coming in costume. It's going to be a great time.
Awesome.
Mark has requested a photo.
Yes, I want to. So I was saying that because the way the Adelphi is, it's on a London main street, and you've got to queue up outside. And I really would love to see a photo of all of our community queued up outside this theatre, ready for High Rollers Live.
Yeah.
You know, people in costume and
I
stuff
just
like
want to
that.
see tons and
that would
tons
look
and tons
awesome.
of pictures.
Yeah,
Of
just
the
and
show,
pictures
of the event.
Just share your pictures of the event on the day. Tweet it. You know, if we were clever, we'd have like some special hashtag that you could use, but we don't. So just tag it Rolling Sunday or High
HR
Rollers.
Live.
HR Live.
HR Live. Hashtag HR Live.
There we go.
Done it live, Kim, just
Yeah.
off the top of her head.
Smart like that.
But yeah, HR Live. But yeah, we want to see like photos of you in the queue, when you get your seats, like in the theatre, like when you're
Watching it.
hanging out during
Yeah.
the day, watching it.
What you're eating for lunch.
Yeah, all of that
All
stuff.
of that
But yeah,
stuff.
on Tuesday, 17th, Adelphi Theatre.
Party on.
I believe doors. The show begins at 7 p.m. But you want to be
Doors are
there
6.
before that. Doors are at 6, and if you've got a VIP ticket, you want to be there for about 5 o'clock.
Yes.
And there's merch. Go shopping.
There's merch.
There
We're going to have merch there. You can buy merch. First ever seen in some cases. We've not really. Some of it's
Well, it's-
exclusive for now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, none of the stuff on the website is going to be at the. It's only a couple of bits and pieces.
Special shit.
Very special.
So let's.
But also, we're doing everything we can to make sure that the live show is being recorded so that it will be live, hopefully, on YouTube and streamed. I think we might stream it as well.
Yeah, it's obviously tech is
Not streamed live.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
It's not being streamed live. It's
not
being
streamed live, but there should be a version that will be you'll be
If
able
it's
to watch
good
after the
enough.
fact.
Yes, there is a proviso there of like tech issues may go wrong. Like this is our first time doing a big show like
Focusing
this.
on the live audience.
Yes, and it is
Predominantly.
the theatre itself is obviously built for like a West End thing, so it's not typically used for like recording and stuff like that. So just keep that in mind. But hopefully we're looking forward to seeing all of you there.
Yes.
And
Oh my
we're very
God.
excited.
2 days.
2 days.
This is
In
the
2
last
days,
one.
it's going to be the day.
I will tell you one thing. One person in this group spent a lot of money on a costume for it,
They
and
did.
that person is not me.
You'll find out.
But you'll find out what that means.
Who is it?
Who is it?
Which one of us?
I'm going to come out in like bin bags.
But no, they
Nice,
it's
nice
not
way
him
to,
then.
nice way to throw them off, Tom.
Yeah.
Then you tear them off and
It's
it's
a
a
lot of bin
reveal.
bags, though.
$8 grand of bin bags.
It's a costume. It's very much like Disney.
Some people are doing vibes, some people are
We're
doing
doing
costume.
vibes.
It's a good mixture of things.
It's going to be great.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
Very soon.
But that's it. So that's all to shout out this week.
I
Oh
have
no,
something.
Tom wanted to do something.
I have a very YouTubery update. Did you know that 90% of the people watching this video right now on YouTube are not subscribed?
What?
That is insane. Look around the room right now. 1 in 10 of you are subscribed. If you're subscribed, that means 9 other people next
Tom,
to you
they're not
are
watching
not
in, like, groups
subscribed.
of people.
You don't know that.
They could
I don't
be.
know that. They could be. But if you're watching this and you're not
Actually, they
subscribed...
can't be,
Why?
because that would only count as
That
one
would only
view.
count as 1 view.
Yeah.
Well,
sharing
okay,
the same
but
router.
either way,
Subscribe.
a really weird stat that 90% of the people
Interesting.
watching this are not subscribed to the channel right now. And if you like High Rollers or D&D adjacent content or Baldur's Gate 3, then you should subscribe to the channel to let YouTube know that you like that stuff. And it will let YouTube know that you like us too.
Does that mean our subscriber
helps us
could be 90 times higher?
It could actually, yeah, it could
Yeah.
be.
What are you waiting for?
So whatever 90% of 200, I don't know, I can't do math.
Yeah, that's a million
None of
subs
us
like
can.
immediately.
Yeah,
there
so
you go.
just sub up. Why not? Why not?
Sub up.
It's free.
One thing to mention as well, Kim's wearing at the moment, but thank you to Peggles for sending us a bunch of these cool shirts they designed,
dope.
inspired by
awesome
Ophelia,
it is.
Blood
the House
for
of
the
Blood.
Eternal, yeah.
Not for sale, are fan-made, but a lovely gift
We had to have it.
This is
Kim
by
sorted it out.
Peggles.
by Peggles.
Thanks,
I
Peggles.
believe Peggles is doing orders. I'm not sure. I don't know. Look at look.
Check the
Yeah.
Discord.
Check the Discord.
As long as it adheres to the community
really
content
Why is there
guidelines.
mochi fur on it already?
Because you're
It
next to
could
Chris
be
Rock.
Angus.
It could be.
Or
It could be.
mochi.
Yeah, it could
It
be.
really could-
It could be anyone.
It's
But yeah.
probably Angus because I'm really covered in white fluff.
I'm also
That's my
coated.
bad.
Anyway,
What a lovely little detail for everyone. But yeah, that is pretty much it for announcements, I think. In which case,
let's play some D&D.
Whee!
subscribe! And yeah, let's roll. Welcome back to Altheya, the Dragon Empire.
Hi.
After learning of a ritual to send the ghost Tyrea to the necrotic theocracy of Osseous, our heroes sought out Tyrea's remains and learned they were buried beneath an apple tree in the garden of the enticing Devil Inn. However, as they began to dig, the tree became empowered with necrotic energy and the malign haunting aura and attacked, creating graves to try and bury some of the party alive, summoning apple-like creatures, and with powerful blows from its enhanced form, the party fought a desperate battle against this haunted tree, but eventually managed to win the day, though some calls were closer than others. Having recovered Tyrea's remains, they decided to rest and gather the remaining supplies and perform the ritual before heading off on a new adventure outside of Ashen Rest the following day. But to her dismay, Sister Ophelia forgot that she had arranged a dinner date with the elite artisan, Mistress Ilana Vidante, and her apology attempt was not successful. Now the party gather back at the inn, ready to perform the ritual and send Tyrea's spirit onwards. And that, my friends, is where we pick back up today.
Oh, Ophelia, do you want to talk about it, or should we just leave you to?
What's there to talk about? I don't know what you mean. It was fine. Everything was fine.
Well, it's just.
There, it wasn't fine.
I did. We all listened through the window. I'm sorry to say. It's just. Are you okay? Are you?
I'm fine, dear. It's blood under the bridge.
That's not what people say here.
Is it not? Well, what is the expression here?
Well, we don't have rivers of blood. We have rivers of just water.
It's blood in the bath.
In the bath? No! I'd love a blood bath. Where can I have a blood bath?
See, she's already better. It's fine.
Yeah, so all we have to do is mention blood, and she's fine.
What kind of baths are you having?
Blood bath. No, I don't know. Just trying to sound like Ophelia to make her feel better. That's all.
Oh, thank you, darling. I do feel a little bit better. It was just, it was my mistake. I'll admit that. I'd completely forgotten. I
We did
double booked
fight a
myself.
tree.
Yes, well, yes, the tree.
Didn't plan for that one.
No. I should have maybe booked it the following night, perhaps. But
We did kind of almost.
Yeah, I think if she
Yes.
was there and saw what we had managed to achieve in that same time, I think she would have been more forgiving. You know what? This is on her.
yeah, actually, I agree.
Yeah.
It is on her.
No, you know what? You can do better.
You know, I bought her gifts. I bought her many gifts.
You bought, how many gifts did she buy? She bought, you know?
I spent all my gold. I spent all of my gold.
Wait, all of it? How much?
I had about 25 gold.
Oh, well.
And it's all gone. I wasted it on her. I'm grateful.
How many
This
gifts
doesn't
did you
seem
get?
like a healthy conversation. Should we let them continue?
You know what? Fuck her.
How much wine
I think
have you
that
both
was the
had?
idea, yes.
Pass the wine, Xantheus.
No.
You do not have any wine. You have not bought wine. There is no
poor.
wine here. You are poor.
I'm destitute.
A couple of other things I want to clarify. So
bitch.
Gruff currently is carrying the piece of the sort of necrotic-infused wood that you recovered, which could be used to create an item in the future.
I did not think about what we could turn that into.
No, I know
it's
you.
been
I know
long
you didn't. Ophelia, did you pay for the onyx that you needed to buy for the ritual? Because we've had the day for you to go out and
yes.
do any kind of like stuff that you need to do.
I've got it written down that we acquired the ritual items and a studded leather for Rowan.
Yes, that's
Have
right.
you equipped your studded leather?
It's on. Donned.
That was +1 to your AC,
Doffed.
right?
That's right. It's now astonishing 12.
Yeah, I can't believe you're on 11 before.
One might make the difference.
One better, isn't it?
Yeah,
You have
if I
got-
roll
you
an
have got
11
the,
now, it's a miss now.
You've got the damage negation stuff as well. You've got some backups.
So I was thinking of this.
Yes.
We could make something that has like a death ward on it or something like that. Like one of them
That might be good,
spells
yeah.
that's like if you get knocked down, you get out to 1.
I feel
Like
like
a
putting it
free
on
And then we
Revivify.
attach it to
healer.
him. We
Yeah.
staple it to him.
Staple it.
So for something like that, what I would probably say is you would be able to create a number of like one-use things. So they would be like little like amulets or things that you would tie onto, and like basically, I'd say maybe depending on the skill of the person making it, I would see how many you can make out of it. But once they basically, when you would go to 0 hit points, it would burn it away and you go to 1 instead, like the spell Death Ward, basically.
Oh, cool.
I think Death Ward might give you some other effects, but it would be that kind of thing.
Candelier of
It'd be
Death
like, yeah, but you'd only have one at a time, basically. Like you could be given one and it would count, but it would only put you at 1 HP. The other thing you could do is, like I said, like shield that is like necrotic resistance, or like you can make a weapon that deals necrotic damage,
Not a
or
one-finger
something
attack.
else that you can think of.
I know the live show is just in 2 days, but I think whatever this should be a really ostentatious, like character illustration altering kind of equipment.
Yeah, it could be.
Trunk head helmet.
Yeah.
I mean, you could make a very cool, like, shield or like a weapon or something out of it, or something like that. That,
You still got
half
money
of
to
a
spend
spear.
on a costume, right? So
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
With that in mind, so you have everything you need to perform this ritual. I believe the ritual needs to be done at night. So we can skip ahead if as need be. But if there is anything you would like to do in the town beforehand,
Yeah, how much time has it been since we spoke to...
this will be the second day. So
Second
at
day
the
since we spoke.
end of today, that will be 2 days since you spoke to Dame Cassandra and Emberissa about the quests that you wanted to potentially look into. I know as well, like Tom, you also mentioned about going and checking the bounty board again for like any other like minor things that you
we
could
could pick
like
up on the way, maybe.
Yeah, you could definitely pick up on the way. Yeah.
Delete it.
yeah.
No.
Well, there's the knoll thing that's like however
yeah.
many knoll heads you bring,
Open
you get
seasonal
money,
knoll.
right?
It is, yeah, potentially. If they haven't changed it, they might have taken notices down and stuff like that. But yeah, so that's also a thing to check out. But that would be, so tomorrow would be the day you were kind of expected to let them know what you were thinking of
Yeah,
doing.
yeah. So we're
They
not
could
behind
delay.
time.
They can delay if they need to, if you've got like a reason to like, need an extra day or two. But yeah, tomorrow is the day that Dame Cassandra was planning on leaving, so.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing if there's any little minor things we can pick up along the way.
Do you want to do that
Unless it's
before?
like-
do you want to do that before the ritual?
Yeah, if we've
I
got
mean,
like
we've
time
got the
to go.
day until the night. Yeah,
Let's
we
fill
should
up
do
that
it.
log.
Unless
Sure.
it's like, I need you to herd 6 sheep back into my pen. And I'm like, fuck off.
Well,
Do it yourself.
We'll
We
find
don't know.
out.
I need you to speak to this guy 5 meters away from
Why
me.
don't we go and speak to Obsidious? That'd be fun.
Before we do that,
We should.
it is time though for a certain role.
Time.
I'm
The Crucible of
Mr.
Fate.
Freeman.
Goodbye.
Is it really that
four.
time again?
4, a dice for you.
I got a 4.
A dice for you.
I got a 6.
A dice for you.
Yes, I got a 1.
A dice for me.
A 3.
A dice for me.
And Mark's roll is a...
A 2. A dice for me.
We're 3 and 3.
Fate is balanced this day. But yeah.
Chakras.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't mind. Does anyone else want to come with me? I'm just going to see the bounty
I'll
board.
come with you.
Pick up see if there's any just things we can pick up along the way. It's a long journey after all.
We can factor this in, like, as well, like, if...
Yes. You want to come with me?
Can we get snacks?
Oh, we're going past.
go by Latte
We're going
Fun.
past Latte Fun, so. I mean,
feel like
we
there's
have
been a
been
lot
there.
going on.
We have been there 12 times a day since we moved in.
I know, but I feel like I'm running low. We had a
Wait,
big
hold
fight. I'm already.
I'm wondering if we're
Ron
coming to
digs into
Pendant.
his little pouch, gets out some of the snacks from that tournament.
They are very crumbly and mouldy at
I've
this
got some
point.
left if you want.
Moldy.
Some.
It's been like
that has-
moldy,
3-4
Yeah.
days.
Oh,
That's
are they
very
still
nice
good?
of you.
Just in his pocket.
You should have those.
I should. I eat more.
Okay.
No.
Stomach
some
rumble
rocks
already.
You are part Dale giant, so I'm gonna not make you roll anything, but it's not the nicest.
Can we
thing.
just hear, like, when your stomach just rolls and you just, you just hear it?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
That was a mistake.
That's me when I eat too many starbursts. I get the old rumbly tummy.
You can literally hear the whistling
'cause it happened
noise
the other
and then
night. Fresh in my mind. Anyway, so
Okay, Mark.
no.
yesterday.
So yeah, you guys can stop by Latte Fun easily enough if you want to pick up some things. Like it costs you like a silver piece to get like some little pastries and stuff like that.
Someone else can
if you
take
want
that
to.
off. I've got big
Please,
money.
on me.
You,
I wave my food-ridden hand. On me.
okay.
Drop a silver.
Okay, Maeve. Oh,
You
thank
go,
you very
Maeve.
much, love. Yeah, no problem. What can I get to you? What little pastries? I've got some cupcakes. What would you like?
Can we get
We'll take the lot.
Well, it'd be quite a lot more silver. It'd probably be quite a bit of money if you wanted everything.
only some of it.
Could we go for your picnic bundle that you got up there?
You could, yeah. You can have the picnic bundle.
Yeah.
That'll be that's 7 silver for the picnic.
Oh well. Yep.
And if you bring the basket back, I give you get 2 silver back if you bring the basket back.
Wow. Well, I might keep the basket.
You can keep the basket if you like. Absolutely, absolutely,
I think it
Rowan.
looks quite fetching.
Not a problem. And she's, a little,
could use
cow
the
horns
basket.
and
And I can
puppies
go and
things.
do runs for pastries in the morning, and I can take the basket, and then we can use it as the pastry basket.
The Maeve's the Latte Fun picnic combo. It comes with it's a wicker basket. It doesn't have like plates and things like that in it, but it does probably have like some like little wooden cups and things like that. A little thermos of coffee that's put in there, and then it has I imagine something like scones with like a local produced jam from like the vineyards. Like they take some of the grapes and it's like a grape jelly and strawberries and things like that.
Straight to cup.
Straight to cup.
From cow to cup.
Yeah, like scones. Sorry. I mean, there is cream. There is
I was
cream
gonna
there.
ask if there's clotted cream.
Of course there is. Of course there's cream.
How fresh is it?
Very fresh. From cows in a farm near Caldra. Like,
Oh, hang on a second.
where else would it come from? That does exercise in the morning. Does like jumping jacks and like
Surely that's
aerobics.
milkshake, though.
Maeve actually runs an aerobics class in the morning. It like doubles up her time.
She just stands on a vibrating plate.
Today's special milkshake.
Listen, you guys are making those jokes, not me. That's all on you. That's on them.
Yeah.
Fetish. Don't help me, please. But yeah, so you can buy. It's got like scones. It's maybe got some like little sandwiches, little triangle cut sandwiches.
Little blanket?
No,
That's-
it's just the
that's
food.
expensive.
Okay.
Yeah, that's like you got to pay a lot more for that.
Fine.
But yeah, like little cucumber and cress sandwiches and stuff like that. Little cheese sandwiches, little ploughmans in there.
Very nice.
Cute.
And it's lovely. It's little, and you get the basket. You can have that.
And do you make the basket, or do you get?
Oh no, I buy them from the local craftsman. Yeah, we all try and support each other here in Ashen Rest. I go to the local weavers to buy the baskets, and I go to the local farmers for all the fresh produce and things like that. Got a lovely supplier for my jams and things like that I go to.
Wow, you'd love the House of Blood. We have a very similar setup.
Oh, really?
Yes, we all like to support artisanal crafts.
In the House of Blood.
Yes.
Right. Yes. Well, you'll have to tell me about it sometime.
I'd love to.
I probably shouldn't have said that. Should
Oh,
I?
but we are short on time, Ophelia. Let's get out of here. Just take the picnic bundle. I don't think she wants to be converted.
Why not?
She sells cupcakes.
She hasn't heard enough.
Look at her face.
Oh,
it's
sorry,
full of terror.
Was there anything else that you'd like? I've got the picnic here, and it's got everything in it. Is there anything else that you'd like while you're here?
No, I think that's everything, thank you. He's
Do you
got,
think? Can I ask a question?
Oh, yes.
Do you think that you're going to have any more nights of those spooky noises and lights,
Oh.
and screams and shouts and things like that?
Hopefully not.
We're
Hopefully
so
not.
sorry about that.
No, it's all right.
I
It's all
think
right.
this might be the last of
Okay,
it. We
good.
are.
That would be a relief, I think, for me and some of the people on the street, the neighbours.
Yes, and
Well,
us
there
too.
will be some repair work over the next coming weeks, but
Oh, that's fine.
shouldn't be
That's
during
not
the
a
night.
problem. No, yeah. I mean, that won't be at midnight, I imagine.
No? Well, no.
Well, you know the ghost thing that.
Oh yeah, we know the ghost.
Yeah,
Anna,
we've
yes,
been
yes.
dealing with that, and we think that tonight will be the last night that's going to be a problem.
Oh, that'd be a right relief, that would, my dear. That'd be lovely to not have to worry about the scarred lady roaming around and peeking out the window. We've seen, a few of us have seen her, and it's quite a frightening sight, I've got to say. Does
She is quite lovely.
If you get to know her.
I'm sure that she is just, the idea of an undead, unquiet spirit haunting in the area. It's a little off-putting for a few folks, is all I'm saying. It's a little unnerving, I think, for some of us.
You get used to it.
But don't worry, she's moving home. And Ophelia's
Wonderful.
found her a new place.
Oh, that'd be brilliant. That's lovely. Lovely to hear. Wonderful. Absolutely magic. All right, well, if that's all, I've got everything laid out there and paid the silver and, yep, all good.
Okay. Well, let's go check the bounty board.
Yeah, sure. You guys make your way out.
How I canonically say it.
You're just kind of like, we can say that you're doing this as you're going to go buy like the onyx and any other supplies that you need and things like
Yeah.
that as well. So you pass the Forge, which is the name of the large kind of fortified barracks here in Ashen Rest. You can see soldiers coming and going. Ashen Rest is still in a sort of heightened state of security following the events of the Lamplighters Guild and the Demon. You can see that scouts have a sort of almost, as you're moving up there, you see groups of scouts coming in, weary and dusty from the road, likely trying to report on things that have been going on in several places. You can see a few guards, and you see that there are several bounties posted on the board. Here you go.
Now, of
Farmer
course,
Hazel.
depending on where we're actually deciding to set out, we really should plan for which of the missions we do intend to take, of course. But, I mean, it doesn't hurt to see what's happening along the way.
I mean, we could do as many as possible, ideally.
As many as possible?
My
I mean-
pockets need lining.
I imagine some of these might be
the-
in different
for the
directions,
tavern,
I'm
right?
afraid.
If you would be so kind as to read them out, please.
Well, we have one.
7
It's a,
second.
we have a bounty that is, it says here, citizens of Cauldra, Her Draconic Majesty Archdragon Infernia issues an open bounty on gnolls. Oh, we know about this one. Oh, we know about this.
It's good to know about because if we come across them on the road.
Any brave citizen or mercenary, blah, blah, blah. 25 GP
Her knoll?
yes. And we have to just present evidence of, I don't know if that means like that.
Take some knoll's heads, fingers.
Maybe
that kind. We could
head,
say
shoulders,
one
knees,
knoll,
toes.
take off a finger and a toe each from one knoll, and say
And then
they
hand
are-
them in as separate. That's
So
just,
separate knoll.
that's
It's a
Gruff,
head.
as they're reading this with your passive
Distasteful.
perception, you do see that there is some
Business, I
fine
say.
print at the bottom of that one.
Fine print.
oh, here you go. Look, take a look at that while I check out the other ones.
There's one for
This has been
Ilkara.
accounted for already.
There's one for finding Ilkara and bringing her back captured alive. So,
Oh wait, there's a bounty on Ilkara?
yeah.
Yes.
What?
From Duke Ignarius.
Well, of course, I expected, but it's just.
She is believed to be traveling with acolytes and followers. A lesser reward will also be paid for their capture or proof of death.
More
So,
fingers and toes then.
Maybe we could hand that one in multiple times.
well, is it
we
that
killed. We killed 6 Ilkarans.
Didn't specify which.
well, she's wanted dead or alive? It's a bigger reward
wow.
if she's alive.
Okay.
Well, that's good to know, but that does mean that we might. Well, if we intend to bring her back alive, there might be other groups that intend to just go out there and.
Yeah, these bounties will be like known not just by you, but by mercenaries and such as well. Please read them out. Mark wrote them all out by
yeah.
hand. I would very.
have a
Please
curious-
don't blah 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 them.
No, it was literally like.
I know the
2
novel.
lines.
It's fine.
It was in character.
Also,
blah, blah.
Gruff is
Sorry, what
read.
you've got to.
Two very important lines on the end here that you've missed off.
Sorry, did I really?
Yes.
Oh, those lines are tiny. Sorry.
Authorities and marshals may refuse payment on reasonable doubt of evidence of deed. Disputes may be raised in Feros within 28 days. So we have to have actual
How did they
genuine...
know?
That's. You know what? That's well played. You can only applaud the authorities, Mark. Well done.
It's almost like the authorities are like people coming in with like dog ear, and they're like, "I killed a gnoll." They're like, "I don't think
This
it's
is a
gnoll."
dog here!
You really got me.
They're killing the dogs.
No! Not on this table!
No.
Really good impression.
Gross.
though.
Well, I mean, if we encounter any gnolls or Ilkara along our road, then perhaps we can hand those ones in. There's another one here: skins, pelts, and hides needed. The animals that roam the lands around the Ash Hills, which is
Need a good skinning.
exactly that. Have exceptional hides. I would like to acquire some for my work. 8. Oh, they need exactly. Oh my God! They need 8 wolf pelts, 4 deer stag or deer or stag hides, or 1 bent bear skin.
No, it's not or.
Oh,
it's all of those.
and we need to hand in exactly 8 wolf pelts, 4 deer or stag hides, and 1 bear skin.
Continue reading.
Please only bring good quality, complete pelts. Ruined hides or normal
Yes.
skins will not do.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Oh.
If you, so I'm going to say because I want to explain the mechanic of this. If you fight wolves, deer, or bear, I'm going to roll to see if their like belts are good enough.
Oh my God. This
So
is
you got-
exactly the kind of quest that will be under the minimap for like days.
As you're in an area leveling up.
Yeah.
Oh, there's another wolf there. I'll kill it. Oh, I didn't drop it. How does it
normal
not drop a
quality.
pelt? It's gone.
We leave the area and go back in and then respawn.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
How does a wolf have 12 gold on it? Where was this magic sword?
This one had 2 uncommon pelts on it. That doesn't make sense.
Do any of you have any actual experience skinning an animal?
No, none
No.
at all.
Right.
It also says here there's a reward on completion. We don't actually know how much this will pay, this one, for Celio Zatrazi in the House of Making. So this one might not even be worth it. We might turn up there after 12 full days of grinding.
Very messy business, I'll tell you that for
This
now.
one has swear words and stuff on it.
Really?
Let me have that one.
Yeah, you want that? You do have quite the potty mouth.
Potty mouth.
I don't say canonically.
Sound like my wife. Paid work for honest, and honest is underlined several times.
Oh, that's me out
That's
then.
We need professional and honest people who will do the job, unlike the piss drinker Apollo and his shit-stained brothers.
Wow.
By the silence.
Recovery of goods and supplies from historical dig sites south of Hearth. 350 gold, or a selection, that's underlined as well, selection of magical scrolls.
Oh.
Payment after, that's all caps, delivery, no, underlined, exceptions. Learned my fucking lesson there, didn't I, Apollo? You snot-scaled weasel. Professor Lily Juniper Meadow Song of Redgate.
Well,
That doesn't seem that loaded.
you know,
It's a very characterful letter.
yeah, it's
I'm
normally
feeling
it's,
this one.
it's hard to tell exactly what your employer is going to be like before you meet them, but I've got every measure.
Yeah.
Do you? Did you hear the name for who posted that?
What was that name at the end?
Professor Lily Juniper Meadow Song. It's quite a sweet
Oh, she
name.
sounds delightful.
Sounds lovely.
Yes.
But, I mean,
It's quick.
the language.
A temper, but
Yeah,
delightful.
a temper, but... Anyway, well,
Who doesn't
so...
have a temper? Let's be honest.
Piss drinker, that's wonderful. I'm going to use that one.
That's
That's
good,
a
it
good
is good, yeah.
Piss drinker.
What were the other ones?
Shit stain.
Shit stain's
That's a
good.
good one.
That's new.
Snot scales.
Snot scaled weasel.
Oh,
Nice.
visceral.
Well, anyway,
That's to the south.
yes, well,
You have your local region map.
Let's
South of Hearth.
put our little bounties down here next to the map. But we also need to discuss, of course, what main quest we need to pick up. What one we intend to go towards, because they all go in different directions. We obviously can't do all of them at once, unless we split up, of course. But that would be insane.
You know what we should do?
Okay.
Over there, you see that? A small patch of grass underneath a tree.
Yeah.
I'll arrange a picnic, and we can have a little discussion about
There,
what
that
we
is
want
such
to
a
do.
small patch of grass.
I know, it's in the middle of the town.
Surrounded by concrete.
Rowan goes and starts laying everything out very neatly in this tiny patch of grass.
Okay, I'm not sure there's space for all of us, Rowan, but I mean, we can try.
I can hang from the tree.
Sideways.
Yes. Or any orientation.
You'll be like our
Whatever
canopy.
it's Yes. Maybe. No, it sounds too much like Percival's job.
Being a
Percival
canopy.
with you? Did Percival
Oh, yeah,
come with
who
you?
have you come with?
Yeah, so Percival's getting ready. He's already beginning to stretch his arms out.
Aw, Percival.
Provide like a windbreak.
Well, of course. No, I'd love to have a picnic. Let's just have one right here, and we can discuss our plans and which of these we intend to complete as well. Does anyone have any? Who wants to start? What are the options for starters?
Which one pays the most?
I mean, really, it should be a case of justice and you know, what we can bring to the civilians in the area.
Well, now money isn't the only reward, of course. There is also good feelings.
It's more than good feelings, is making sure injustice is not carried out and that innocent civilians aren't suffering.
Emberis's task pays 1,000 gold.
Well then.
Well, it's sorted.
Daisy! Everyone shut up and listen to Daisy.
She hasn't said anything. I'm sorry, I didn't see your hand
I've
up
had
there.
my hand up for so long, Xantheus.
I didn't-
As long
sorry, I
as it's
was-
ever been in the air.
Oh, it was, yes, sorry, go ahead.
Lady Emberis is actually quite time sensitive, and she seemed very upset. So I think we should go for that one, because if she's really upset about it, and I mean, they've done a lot for us, and she was horribly injured trying to defend the people of Ashenrest, and I think she just deserves nice things. So we should do that.
That's true.
Yes, every woman
She
does
did
deserve
help
nice
us.
things. Including me.
Now you sound like my wife.
Oh, it's like we get along like a house on fire.
Yes.
Sorry, Daisy.
A house on fire. Sorry, I was just expecting you. A house on fire. What a great idea. Oh, I see what
Yeah,
you're getting
yeah,
at now.
do you not-
I
yeah.
picked up on it. I've picked up
Yeah,
on it now.
yeah.
I think Ree didn't pick up on it until
Oh,
she said it.
that was just out of your face, and then you were like, "Oh, wow! You're really pissing off everyone today, aren't you?"
What's Ophelia's charisma, by the way?
Just plain old charis.
Yeah.
14.
Okay, I like the idea that like that's like her regal physical beauty because when she opens her mouth, it's just
Trash.
insert foot immediately.
Just
Yeah.
trash.
Speaks too much, no think much.
It's like barbarians have reckless attack. Ophelia has reckless talk.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what Ayla was like. It's like there's no filter. It's just words come into brain, words are
Say
said.
the words.
Oh my god.
So, I mean, that one, of course, pays the most. There is someone that is in need of saving, and it would also be repaying a debt that I feel like we all owe to Amberissa. However, there is a slight hitch in that plan, so to speak, and it does kind
It's
of...
a triangle sandwich.
Triangles, it's just cut in a different way. Okay, no, thank you.
Yeah, but it
What's in
tastes
it?
so much better because it's fancy.
I'm also going to clarify because I think Trot, some of your notes might be not quite fully correct. Lady Amberissa's. If you do Lady Amberissa's thing, she said that if you can rescue Sir Eldrak, she will offer you a magical relic from her collection. If there is proof of any danger to North Vale that you stop, it's a payment of 500 gold each. And if you can find and recover Heart Warden, which is the missing shield, she will pay you 1,000 gold and offer another magical relic from a collection. So
lot
there's
of
actually
parts to it,
multiple
yeah.
elements to it.
Yeah.
So it's not just the 1,000 gold.
profitable in general.
Yes. But as Xantheus is about to explain,
But it's in the Ash Hills, right?
I want a drink here.
Thank you. No, this is too much. I'll pick out as I go. The Ash
You want
Hills.
some nuts?
Nuts? There were nuts in the picnic
There's a
basket?
couple of-
That's
No, they're from my pocket.
Oh, I can tell. They're not actually. They are just tiny pebbles. Here you go. Take them back. Okay. The Ash
You're getting
Hills.
crumbs on yourself here.
Yeah,
Have a
you're
nut.
Because
Hang on.
food is being shoved into my mouth.
Here's a napkin.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Sort
I-
yourself out.
Yeah, I'll tuck that into my. Okay, the Ash Hills. The Ash Hills.
I'll play a song.
I'm not going to sing along.
Oh, it's a background music.
I'm like looking around. How busy is this thoroughfare?
you
I
are
suppose?
like, so if you, because you were at the forge,
Yeah.
so you've basically crossed the street, you're looking at the massive armored, defended military barracks.
That was
You have
attacked
found
recently.
like a tiny, it's where two streets meet, and where,
like
but
a
just
tiny-
before where the next house is, there's like a triangle
like
of
a little
grass
tiny
with like
triangle.
like some rose bushes and a tree. And it's like enough where they were like, well, there's nothing else we can put there. Let's put a nice bit of greenery, make it look a bit nice.
Not even big enough for a toilet.
It's barely big enough for the five of you to sit with this blanket. And everybody's like looking at you as they move down
The
these very
heroes
busy
of
streets.
Ash and Rest.
They're like, why are they
but
doing
we look
that?
so fucking quaint.
Yeah, kind of. But they're also like looking over towards like the House of the Rose, the baths, which have these beautiful gardens all around them, which is maybe like 5-10 minutes walk down the road.
And we're in like not even in the sunlight. We're in total shade.
Like, yeah, absolutely. Like, the buildings nearby have, like, shaded it off. And
Yeah.
there's just, like, nobody's saying anything, but there's definitely the occasional, like, and then they walk on.
Okay, if there are quite a few people walking around, then there would be a couple of like hushed words in that case. The Ash Hills, where this is taking place, where Amberissa has sent us to go, is filled with quite a lot of, CS.
What?
Points at chest. The points at crown. Yikes. Ooga.
Oh, wow. What are you going to say about that? It's a crown steal.
But it might be there, but it's probably gone.
Well,
by
extremely
now.
likely. But I have been informed from a reliable source, so to speak, that if I was to get close to it, then it might enhance my transformation or be detrimental to me. However, there is a reasonable argument that I could theoretically track it using that ability, but either way, it could potentially be extremely dangerous for me specifically. So I could hold back a little bit. Maybe you guys scout ahead and just see how things are. But I'd have to be extra careful if this is the avenue we choose to follow. Also, just a real quick one. A couple days ago at the party.
Ophelia, do you want a sandwich?
Oh, yes, please. What's this one?
Sorry, I didn't offer.
No,
anyone
I mean, if everyone else wants, I've finished mine, by the way. Can I
Ralph,
have
would
another
you
one?
like another sandwich?
Oh, yes. Delectable.
Just 1 minute. Sorry.
Plowman.
No, go ahead.
Never imagine it's tiny and it's He's a big pool.
Or there's like herring sandwiches.
That one on it. Mackerel paste.
Yeah.
No, don't worry about it, Rowan. It has, after all, been 25 seconds since someone last had a bite of
True,
sandwich.
exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so you know,
There's still a cappuccino left if anyone. Unclaimed. Oh, there we go.
oh no, I've got mine. I've got my one.
No,
So
I
yeah,
know.
that's yours. Good.
Anyway.
Anyway, so you know, at the party, I went missing for a little while.
Yeah, you almost missed the.
I almost missed it, but I didn't. The reason is because I was indisposed, so to speak.
Do you have bad tummy?
No, that was just you. Obsidious. Turns out, now this is a surprise to me, and I'm sure to all of you. He managed to notice me casting a particular spell at the tournament. Insane. So stealthy of me.
Sorry, were you trying to make that subtle?
Yeah,
Were you trying to make it subtle? Because I thought you were trying to be really, really, really,
Wait, everyone
really
else saw
obvious
that?
with it.
Everyone else saw that?
Oh,
From the other side of the field.
Yes. The big
Well, okay, but you know what to
fire.
look for. So, I
Yes.
mean, obviously, no one else.
No, it was very.
But-
It was
It
was really
well, I mean, it
obvious.
was no. I don't think
Dramatic.
it. I don't think it was
Yeah.
dramatic or obvious.
Is he-
really.
Show
Just,
eye-catching.
no,
There to just applaud
Yeah.
you.
he identified it as the big CS.
Did you kiss?
What?
Oh, because you pulled you away. You were indisposed. You were gone for a
Oh
while.
my!
He knows about,
Oh, sorry.
as in Obsidious, son of the Duke. Fuck out of thought.
Right, yes.
You're going to have to use words then, because
You
I
can-
don't
you can-
understand.
Tom at the table can say it, and we can just say.
No, that's exactly how I say it, as
Okay.
awkwardly as that. So that, and I was indisposed because he kind of threatened me.
He what?
You be quiet, calm. We're in a very secluded,
Did
obvious
he lay
area. of
hands
this-
on you?
So it,
What
well,
did-
he,
what
yes,
did-
he,
but-
yes.
What did you do?
What did I do?
Yeah, why did he threaten you? Did you talk mean to
Because
him?
I hold the very thing that his father fought against.
Oh no!
Exactly.
Right, I'm going to go
Now-
and have a word
No,
with him.
do not have a word with
No,
him.
he does not threaten my Xantheus.
Well, he didn't threaten your Xantheus. Anyway. He didn't. He threatened the Crown Steel, the CS.
Stop abbreviating. It's really weird.
I have.
I'm going to the palace right now.
No, you don't need to.
Did he touch you?
He had a hand on my shoulder.
Right, that's threatening.
Well, he also did use a spell on me, but to be fair,
What spell did what?
I made the mistake of trying to blackmail him. It was a heated moment.
You didn't say that! I was about to go to the castle and look like an ice cream.
I know.
This
Look,
is why I think you must have done something.
look, it was a oh, well, I did it. It was a heated moment. Things happened. It was too quick. I was panicked. I was scared.
The son.
Do you know how tall he's a
I
he's a
realised. I
dragon.
know exactly.
I can practice my religion here.
I morphed it.
What does this word
You
mean?
do not canonically say I bobbed it.
I messed
Bobbed it
up.
does not exist in the lexicon of Altheya.
I panicked. I was scared. I was terrified. I thought he was going to kill me. He had every right to.
I'm sorry, you thought he was going to kill you, so you decided to blackmail the dragon.
You know what? In the heat of the moment, things
I'm
happen.
spending a fate point.
Oh.
I'm saying stuff a little bit quieter now. But okay, the good news is I'm alive. But he, but obviously he knows. He intends to keep it secret. But he is also researching this and a way to get it out of me, and is going to assist us in finding a proto-magi.
Oh, that sounds great.
Exactly. The only downside, he did cast a spell on me, sort of a snake-like thing around my neck. You can't see it now. It fades into nothing, I presume. Yeah. But he now is tracking me.
Why didn't you say?
A lot of stuff happened. We kind of left the party.
This was a while ago now.
We left the party, and then there was the sermon. I didn't feel like it was right then, and
How much?
there was.
Can you hear it? Hello?
I don't believe.
Hello?
I think it was literally just because I remember I did an Arcana check on it. I think he only is able to sense irregularities in magic. I cannot cast that kind of spell anymore in the way that I used to, which yes, admittedly is good. But
Well, you could.
I could. It's just he would know about it.
And what would he do if he found out?
Well,
Yeah, what was the tone?
not great. It's kind
So
of
if
a.
you do that again,
He made a demand of me not to cast spells like that anymore in Ashen's Rest.
So it's best to just keep it that way.
Yes. Yes, but there might be a chance that in me going to the Ash Hills and encountering something like that, that might be considered an irregularity, and a black and red dragon would descend upon us with the fiery flames of
well, why
the
don't
pits.
why don't you tell him that you're going because you're going on Lady Ambrose's quest? And then he'll know where you're going. So if there is an irregularity, because you're not going to cast it again,
Well,
because you're not,
I just, not in Ashen's Rest.
Xantheus.
What?
What were the exact words that he used as the terms?
What I said.
Be honest with me.
I'm being honest. It was a couple of days ago. It was don't use these spells like that in Ashen's Rest.
And did he specifically say Ashen's Rest?
He actually did. But it doesn't.
I feel like it might have been implied, Xantheus, that you just shouldn't use it ever.
No, yeah, I mean, obviously, but
Especially if it's making you worse.
If he's tracking you, why would he obviously is going to track you wherever you go, not just in Ashen's Rest.
I see this as a
Deactivate.
benefit.
I don't understand why you do.
Well, if something goes wrong, I'm as scared of it as he is. It's a part of me, sure, but if something is to go wrong, then you have no way to defend yourself against me except, well, obviously yourselves. But if something does happen to me, and it could well happen, then at least Obsidius will be there to also stop me.
So I think we should take him with us now,
What,
because
Obsidius?
now I'm worried that you're going to turn against us.
I'm
If you
not
go
going
near
to.
the things.
Yeah, I didn't know that could happen.
That's brand new information, my friend.
Well, you're going to
Brand new to me as
transform?
well. I know, I just...
Are you going to attack us?
I don't...
We have a home.
I don't intend to. And I don't think I would. I don't
But
think I
you're
would.
toying with the idea.
I'm not toying with
Cheekily.
it. I'm not toying with it. It's just from what people have
Not
said.
in Ashen's Rest.
What? I'm not. No, I'm just saying.
Don't do
That's what
that.
he said. That's just what he said. I'm not toying.
You're finding loopholes.
I'm not
Xantheus.
finding loopholes.
You
I-
are.
No,
He's raising an eyebrow every time he says it,
Yeah.
doesn't he?
I'm just trying to.
cheeky.
I'm just telling you what was said to me.
Xantheus, I think we don't want to run the risk of losing you,
Yes.
as you are.
Exactly.
I don't. want
And
to
you
lose
saying these
me.
things make it feel like you don't feel like your life is precious. Because you're willing to throw it all away for this thing, this power.
No,
It sounds like you are. You're willing to test it, to experiment with it, and we all care about you.
You used it frivolously in a tournament.
You kind of did.
I
was very
lost
flashy.
a little bit of control. I admit it. Looking back now, I realize how stupid it was. In the moment, though, I felt it correct. I felt it right. It's obviously having some effect on me, and I'm aware of this now. I am trying to get more of a control of it than I had before.
Do you need us to help you?
If you notice something and it completely slips my mind, then absolutely bring it up to me. If something is worrying you, if I do something that scares you, if you need to stand up to me, do so. I'm just warning you that that's a thing that is happening. Although Obsidius did say that the thing that's protecting it, the runic magic, is unusual. It's holding it back more than it reasonably should. So I do have a little bit of a protection in that regard. So it might be acting differently with me than it would for someone else. But either way, he's now tracking me both to, I suppose, put a target on my back in case anything goes wrong, but also as a protection for anyone else around him and me, around me, if something goes wrong. So for you guys, you should feel safer for it than scared of it.
Does Duke Ignares know?
No, no. If he knew, you know what would happen. Just Obsidious,
But what if he finds out?
then I'm dead. Frankly, he would not be nearly so forgiving.
We need to get this out of you urgently.
Well, that's hopefully what he will assist with.
And I agree with Daisy. We should let Obsidious know if we're going to go to the Ash.
I
Hills.
intended to. If that was where we intended to go, then I would intended to let him know. He can
But-
follow me anyway, but I just wanted to forewarn him.
I don't know about this. Going there, that's going to affect his crown steel? That seems like the
Potentially.
worst thing that we could possibly do.
But it might not. It's the only argument I have for that.
Maybe. Just trails off.
But again, I could be extra careful. If I start to feel something strange, then I know what's ahead of us, and I can back out and retreat from it, and we can plan a different route. But
I'm worried the decisions that are made in the heat of the moment aren't you making them. And that you can rationally make these, God, I sound so smart, make these decisions now ahead of time, but when it comes to the crown steel, who's making the decision then? In the Ash Hills, when there's lots of it.
hopefully still Xantheus. But
Well, there's potentially lots of it. Might just not be there anymore. Probably won't be there.
likely, there's always teams going there to uncover it, destroy it as best they can, to get rid of it. But there could be some lingering threat there. But
You're always welcome to ask me, like, for checks, and if you guys want to know stuff, if there's, like, things that you want to know.
But Obsidious has said that he will assist me in. He is on the same belief that the current working solution is to open or find a as yet unscavenged proto-magi vault. And I know, it sounds ridiculous. They are hard to encounter and unlikely to find unscavenged or unlooted or whatever, but he will let me know the moment one comes about. And then we can go there and try to find a solution for this, hopefully. Until then, I just need to be careful. Otherwise, Obsidious will, like I said, descend on us with the flames and fires of the pits and burn us all to ash.
You say all of us. Really just you, though, right?
Oh, ultimately.
Okay. Just want to make sure.
Like I said,
know.
this is a protection for you more than it is for me.
Well,
The thing is, we know, and we've hidden it essentially from them by being your friend. So we are as much a part of this as you are, I think, and Obsidious will think that too. Because we are privy to this information, I won't lie to him.
He already knows.
I thought. So we're already a part of this.
I'm sorry.
well, in that case, I think we should all go to Obsidious and we should talk to him as a group. Because
Yes.
if we're involved in it in some way, then I just want to make sure everyone's on the same page.
Agreed.
And if he knows things that we don't know about this stuff, then
We could ask him about the Ash Hills.
yeah.
It's worth, yeah. It's just, I'm sure Obsidious would want to keep his knowledge of it as secret as possible as well, especially from the Duke and others. But I mean, yes, I'm happy to go and speak to Obsidious and let him know our potential ideas, our plans. Yep.
Is there anything you haven't told us?
No, that's it so far.
What is said in the picnic remains in the picnic.
The picnic is our safe space. No judgment
I
zone.
look around at all the traffic around us.
A bit of traffic.
I'm sorry, there was so much happening between then and now, and there was so much table RP. There's too much happening. There was the whole sermon and the Tyria and the tree and
But I mean, we did ask, didn't we? Didn't we ask you what happened at the party? You seemed distant and strange, and
Yes.
we asked you.
And then we ended the episode, and the episode started with "You've gone to bed." So it was like, oh, as I recall.
That's not on me. That's still a very valid question from Ophelia. Xantheus did somehow avoid talking about it. Just not Tom's decision, I guess. He has to live with the consequences.
Sure. Yeah. Well, I've told you now. I figured it would be best to tell you when we were talking about what mission we were talking about anyway. But we can talk to Obsidius and try to get a full gauge on this, so you are all on the same understanding as us.
So if we hadn't have come to the bounty board, would you have never have told us?
No, I would have, because we would have, when we were spoken about the moment we spoke about the Ash Hills, I would have told you. I didn't intend to hide this from you, not at all. I was intending to tell you. It's just there was a lot happening, and people's focus was on different things at the time.
Okay, well, we know now. We have a goal. We have one of these big objectives ahead of us.
Yes.
And we were kind of swaying towards helping Emberissa, considering she seems like she really needs the help right now and urgently. But there is a crux in the plan.
I would be slightly more, not indisposed, but if in certain situations I might have to retreat, so to speak.
But if you're comfortable, we can still go ahead with this plan to go and help Emberissa and head to the Ash Hills.
If it's what everyone else thinks is the most important,
Should we
saving someone, and obviously the bigger reward is probably some other people's thinking, but I believe that we can all make wise and sound decisions to ensure that nothing goes wrong with me.
What do you think, Gruff?
I'm rather conflicted, to be honest. I've been given this task. You know, when I left Tremoro, my goal was to become a knight. I didn't envisage joining a group of strangers who would become friends, who would become my ward. I didn't envisage fighting in a knight's tournament. And now here we are, and I have this task. Find a place that has lost hope and restore it by sword, hand, and word. Bring me the story of triumph and proof in deed and heart. I won't lie, the Emberissa mission is not one that I thought would fulfill this goal, but there is a woman in the middle of this who perhaps has lost hope and needs help, and a knight that needs finding. So if that's where we want to go, that's where we go.
Okay.
I think we should talk to Obsidius before we decide anything. Because if he says that's a stupid idea, don't go there, I'm kind of going to listen to the dragon who's saying, no, don't do that thing, and we can go and help someone else. But it feels like it's important to ask him if that's a really stupid thing to do.
I'd also like to have a word.
Be light with your words, as if he was aggressive, it was out of fear more than anything. An understandable fear. If I was him, well.
How much did you wind him up?
You did say that you tried to blackmail him.
Bear in mind, I've been traveling with you for a while now.
I got smarmy.
Right.
But don't blame him. I don't. I'd do the same if I was him.
Don't worry. I have my disappointments in you too.
Fucking bro.
Dad's mad at you.
Brutal.
I'm gonna sob into my triangle sandwich.
So, as you guys finish up the last of your picnic throughout this conversation, what is next on the agenda? we can skip ahead, or if you would like to go and try and speak to Obsidious, you'll have to head up to the Ducal Palace and see what
Get an
happens.
appointment.
Yeah.
Maybe get an appointment with
See if we can get
Xantheus.
a private word with him.
Did we also intend to speak to
Emberissa.
well, I guess Emberissa as well to say whether or not yet if we do accept this one. But there's also
Would you like the map? I just realised
Andre?
I've left
the
the
map's down here.
the Ashen Rest map. But yeah.
Oh right.
Yeah.
The sisters.
Maledacta and...
Maledacta.
Benedictus.
That.
Mal-
I just fused them together
Melody.
into one.
Maledacta.
Sisters Maledacta.
Yeah, the Sisters Maledacta, yeah. It's my ship name.
Nice.
Because they were heading off. I can't remember what direction they were going.
No, they're staying in
They're staying,
Kelskaris.
yeah.
Oh,
Dame
changed
Cassandra is the
yeah.
one who was going off in different directions. Like, she was the one who was going to do it. But
yeah,
also, Malady also seems to know a little bit about Crown Steel. Could be a person of interest or somebody who might have knowledge that might be beneficial.
Yeah. Well, I think she was the one that told me that proximity could enhance the transformation, or maybe it was Obsidious. Either way.
I'll leave that to you. But yeah, they are a source of information if you would like to go to it. They're staying here in Kelskaris.
If everybody was saying to go see
In Ashen
Obsidious,
Yes, sorry, yeah, in Ashen Rest, thank you.
then we could try to go see Obsidious.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got a few hours still of the day. You guys make your way to the Dominus Ignarum, heading up the slightly raised street that leads up to the Duke's Palace. Ashen Rest is returning to a semblance of normality. People are conducting their business as normal. The events of the Lamplighters Guild still lingering. There's definitely still a few forlorn faces of people that maybe lost people in that time, but generally life is trying to get back to normal. When you make your way there, the Duke's Guard do recognize you enough to not be alarmed by your presence, but they still pay attention. And when you make your way to the front gate, you would meet considerate Edath Orgrim, the dwarf, very finely dressed, his golden metallic protrusions very neatly carved into elegant jewelry and studs into his skin. Yes, hello. May I help you, adventurers?
We were hoping to make an appointment with Obsidious if he's available.
Lord Obsidious.
Lord Obsidious.
Is
Sorry.
busy, but I can inquire with him if he has time to meet with you. Yes.
If possible, you just let them know.
It's a matter of urgency in terms of we're heading on a important mission for Emberissa.
He writes all this down. Important mission for Lady Emberissa.
Oh, Lady Emberissa.
It is quite, even it might sound jokey, it's a very stern look he gives you when he corrects you. It's a very sort of like, Lady Emberissa. He writes down, urgent duty, he's like, very well. I will speak with Lord Obsidious, and I will send for a courier to your domicile to inform you of an appropriate meeting time. That may be today, it may be tomorrow, it may be in the future. I will have to inquire and see how urgent Lord Obsidious concerns it.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Lord Duke Edath.
Consider it.
Consider it.
Yeah.
Orgrim.
So sorry.
He humps.
So sorry.
Okay. Well, appreciate
Message.
you.
Angrily.
I think he might have used the piss drinker on that note.
A couple of piss drinkers outside the. Yeah.
But yeah, he takes a note down. Is that all? Do you have any other business at the Dominus?
Oh well, depending on how that meeting goes, we might intend to have a meeting with Lady Emberissa as well.
Yes. I will send word to her as well that you are inquiring. Very well.
Okay.
Good day, citizens.
And good day to you, Saints and. Okay. Well, you're ready.
Thank you, considerate.
Yes, thank you, young lady.
I bought that one.
And you think I'm
Both
a grumpy old windbag.
Is that a?
Borf is now canonically the name of a foolish jester that served one of the archdragons, and people throughout Altheya use the term Borf did to represent one of his foolish antics.
Are you
It's
really
in!
cracking on this?
I'm gonna crack
Have you
on it.
broken
Huge
on
applause
this?
all around, everyone. We did it. Borf's in!
Borf is a canonical character.
What a good day!
Borf Borfinson,
Son of Borf.
son of Borf, a famous jester, a court jester for one of the archdragons.
Jorkinson. No? Okay, too far? We'll get him next time.
No,
That's
I
his
will
twin
allow
brother.
Borf Jorkinson.
Or maybe it's his twin brother.
No,
great day!
because now he can't have more. This is it now.
Okay, that's
It's
the
all
one.
But that's it.
2 in 1.
It's all in one character. And he died hundreds of years ago.
Brutally.
But he was known for being comedically inept. And yeah, he died in an accident of his own making.
Did he run down a wrestling ramp and fall?
It wasn't a wrestling ramp. He ran down a ramp to present, and he tripped and fell, and everyone
my lord!
and died.
Stage collapsed on him. Done.
And he is
balked it.
he is honoured by being known that in canonically in the universe, it is used as a rather crude way of saying that someone. It's like saying someone fucked
Him's
up.
dead.
Oh, they borfed it.
I'm gonna need fan art of Borf
Jorkinson.
They're kind of...
Orphan.
Yeah, it's a whole thing.
I'm gonna need to know what he looks like.
I think there's already artwork of a Borf Jorkinson.
Can it just be Tom's face?
Yeah.
No, it's Xantheus. Someone
it's
has...
It's not
Moustache.
Xantheus.
So someone has drawn a Borf Jorkinson, and it's Xantheus' face, but with a moustache.
That is not the canonical.
That's not
Borf.
who the actual canonical.
I'm going to keep
Borf
that.
is.
I'm keeping that in my little secret bank so I can reveal it. Because maybe one day Borf Jorkinson will
We'll
come
meet the
up.
spirit of Borf
Maybe
Jorkinson.
you will. Who knows? But I'm keeping that
Oh,
open. It's in. I close. I lock. The key is mine.
I wonder if this is
gonna
like
be a kidney stone later.
when an old person uses like Gen X slang, not Gen
Yeah.
X, Gen
Z.
Zoomer slang, and it's
Yeah.
like, oh, that's not cool anymore. Now it's canonical.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say it anymore.
Exactly.
Does that mean Skibbity
Damn
Riz
it.
can be a character?
No. Right. So with that, yeah, you will be sent a courier if/when Lord Obsidious wishes to meet with you, which is likely to happen given the conversation that Xantheus has had. This is not me fobbing you off. It's just you can't, as general
can't-
citizens, you
yeah.
can't just walk up and be like, "Want to talk to the
Hey,
prince?"
bruv.
Hey,
Yeah.
consider it real quick. Can you just say Xantheus Oregon says, I'm going to cast a spell? And then he's immediately like,
Where is he?
don't worry, I've got a way
Where is
to
he?
summon him.
Where's Rachel?
Steel magic. Blast it into the sky.
Sure. I mean, that's one way to get his attention.
Yeah.
So with that, you still have plenty of time before the evening. Anything else anybody would like to? We can just go. No, nothing really we want to do. We're just gonna hang out and
Just
Can we
chill.
sort out actually having supplies that we need to camp comfortably?
That's a very good idea. You will potentially be traveling.
Can we do that? I
Yeah.
feel like we should do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so actually, how many days of travel
2
is it
weeks
to
or
the place
something,
where
isn't it?
it's
Where to the Ash Hills.
each
You,
hex?
you have a map. Each
Hex is 1 day.
Yep, hills and other terrain adds an extra half a day.
So there's one across the bridge, which is the Ruby Bridge. Southeast, that's another one, along the Broken Road. Do we go through the Ashen Citadel? Like, where do we actually say we were
You
going to
choose where you're going. So those hexes, it's up to you. You don't know. You know that Sir Eldrak went to the Ash Hills.
rough estimate,
And,
and then
vanished.
every day.
Yeah, well, it's
Two.
at least 1, 2, 3,
Oh, we have to come back to
4. It's 4 days to the Ashen Citadel, and that's like on
We
the
don't
edge.
know if that's like
But that's like right next to the Ash
5
Hills.
days there and
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
10 days.
10 days.
10 days of rations.
But we'll need enough to get back as well.
Yeah.
we should
Yes,
get
10
one.
Yeah.
days.
Okay. Yeah. We could get.
We should.
Let's say
get
12.
more
Let's
than
say
that.
2 months
2
worth.
weeks.
20 days.
20 days.
2 weeks.
It could go wrong.
Now, the question I have for you is, do you want to buy like kind of pre-done sort of day rations? They can last up to a week, but they are not the most nice thing to eat. They're quite bland. It's like trail food and stuff like that. Or do you want to buy ingredients to try and cook and forage and things like that as you go? Because you will also, like when you rest, you'll be able to go and try and hunt
forage and
game and
stuff.
stuff like that as well.
I feel like we could half and half it.
I could help
There's
hunt.
not many.
Just remember,
Animals, right?
when you so the way I'm going to do this, by the way, is when you take a long rest, each of you will have to expend an amount of like rations or supplies. Otherwise, you get no benefit from resting. Right, and if you don't have like, and then the quality of your rest will determine on things like what the weather is. Do you have shelter? Do you have like, bed rolls and things like that? If you don't, like,
And we've
if
got tiny
you're
huts.
just like, I sleep on rock out in the rain,
Yeah.
you're not getting fucking anything back. Like, it's gonna suck hardcore.
Well,
And you're gonna have to make constitution checks, you're gonna
Yeah.
get all exhaustion, all of that
could,
stuff. So
we
think
could-
about your traveling.
We could follow the river-ish down, and then on the third day, we'll still be by a river.
Fishing.
Fishing, Graf?
I can make a good fish stew.
I'm good
Would
at
you,
fishing.
do you think there'd be good
I'd
fish
like-
in the river there?
I'd like to think I'm good at fishing.
But do you think there'd be fish there?
Yeah.
I don't know so much this area.
You could certainly fish. It's a big enough river. It's a massive river. There will be fish to
Yeah.
catch. Might take a while, but you can definitely fish.
So we could treat that like the halfway point, and just in case we're running low on supplies or whatever, we might be able to forage something there. 3 days in, and then obviously 3 days until we get
Just
back.
remember, hills do add like extra time.
Don't think we cross any major hills there.
And also, as soon as you step off the road as well, like the traveling rules that I'm using, there's it is harder to travel off roads, and there's more chance of encounters and things like that as well. So
Yeah,
just factor those
it's just
in.
along the-
I am going to be doing things like random encounters and stuff like that. Like they might be interesting, they might be good, they might be bad. We don't know. But yeah, definitely think about things like supplies. You are not going to have a town around for some time. So
got a
have a think
top-
about stuff.
I've got a tarpaulin and a bedroll.
I have a 2-person tent.
I'm
And a
really bad
bedroll.
at putting tents up. Can I share a tent? I'm only small. I'll only take up a little amount of space.
2-person tent fits 2
I have
people. Doesn't matter
2-person
how
tent.
big you canonically. But that also works for Rowan in that he only occupies 1-person space in a tent.
I should probably buy a tent.
Let's
I
get
have a blanket.
Tarpaulin is not going to be the best, you know, to
I
say.
remember from the first travels.
You know,
Yep.
you could also like if you wanted to like really go to town, you could hire like
a beast of burden.
beast of burden and have like a wagon.
wagon.
It is significantly
we could have a
more.
pet. We could call him Rowan.
Why
No,
would
we already
name
have
them
a
the
Rowan.
same?
That'll be really confusing.
It'd be,
It'd
yeah.
be easy to remember for me.
Well, for you it would be, but for us, if we call out for
really
Rowan,
confusing.
you wouldn't know who we're talking to. If Rowan
Right.
runs away and
Yeah.
we're shouting, Rowan, Rowan, come back, it would be very confusing for you.
Wait, are you talking to me?
No, see, this is exactly the problem. We don't even have the thing yet,
Right.
Yes.
and you're already... We can't call it Rowan,
Yeah.
is what I'm saying.
Oh,
Imagine if it was called Xantheus. Wouldn't that be confusing for you? If the
confused
animal
already.
was called Xantheus, just like me, I'm Xantheus, by the way, would that be confusing if we were both called Xantheus?
No,
Me-
it's called Rowan.
No, but if we called it Xantheus
Yeah.
instead of Rowan, forget Rowan. Not you. No, don't. No, forget that we called it Rowan. Okay. That
If we get
Rowan the
horse-
animal, that's gone. We get a separate one.
If we get-
That's called Xantheus. Is that confusing?
Why did Rowan have to go?
He didn't. He's still. Rowan's still. Xantheus is just here now. The animal
you-
Xantheus. The animal Xantheus.
Hang on, Daisy's got her hand up. Daisy?
If we get a horse, can we name him Henry? What?
Sure. Who's Henry?
The horse.
We should get a fine.
It has to be H for horse.
We could get a pig.
The horse.
Pig won't carry very much.
No, but I've heard that their blood is very close to human.
Okay.
No,
No,
can't eat the
Okay,
pets.
yeah.
Oh.
For Altheya, by the way, horses quite rare, very expensive.
Yes, if you can roll, they are
Thunder
quite
beasts, thunder lizards, and things like that are more common, which are the dinosaurs.
Thunder lizard.
Drakes and things like that are also very, very rare. They're more expensive.
Beginning with a T.
Thunder beasts are very slow, but they obviously just pull like you know, like an ox and something like that. Oxen as well, also not very common. It's mainly
Thierry Henry, the Thunder Lizard.
Terrence.
Terrence.
Terrence is a good
Terrence
name.
is okay. All those in favour of calling them Rowan?
Sorry, what? Who?
Calling the Rowan, did you
Them Rowan?
Wait, are we getting a thunder lizard now?
I'd
We're
love
getting
to
a
get a
Thunder
Thunder Lizard.
Kim looks how I feel.
You want a Thunder Lizard, Gruff? That would help.
It would lighten
Carry
the
so
load. It
much.
would lighten the load. And probably speed up
Yeah,
my
we
travel.
need to know how much a thunder lizard costs.
Yes, I'll go find out.
If we approve the cost of a thunder lizard, Terrence.
What's the budget?
This is like actually being Kim in real life in charge of the High Rollers budget. I'm really stressed out right now. This is not escapism for me.
I'm well aware of that.
If someone says VAT, I'm going to scream.
No, don't.
Excuse me,
No.
do you charge VAT on
No,
I get a receipt with
it's
that?
DAT. Dragon annual tax.
dat? tax.
Dat.
I will go to a vendor of thunder lizards. I'll ask around. Ask around for beasts of burden.
Machine.
So,
Grabbing people out of crowds do
outside, so inside Ashen Rest, no vendors for beasts and burden. There is a large stable and farm outside of Ashen Rest that does sell pack lizards and things like that as well.
Okay.
They have not too much. It's mainly for like wagons and horses. They have a few riding drakes, which are like riding horses. In terms of like an actual like beast that could pull a wagon or a carriage, they have a very kind of docile, dopey looking, not quite a stegosaurus. It's the size of a stegosaurus, but it doesn't have the spikes or anything like that. It doesn't have any armored plates. It's just like this kind of big, dopey,
Like a
plant-eating, like a Komodo dragon, but like massive.
Kodo, the Tauran Kodo.
Yeah, like a Kodo.
Yes.
Yeah, kind of like that, with no spines or anything like that. Kind of dopey. They're vegetarian. They just eat grasses and plants and stuff like that. But they normally have feed
he
bags
just
because
got
they have
gums?
to eat a lot. They have teeth, but they're like big flat teeth. They're like crunchy
Plant
teeth.
teeth, yeah.
They eat a lot of vegetables and stuff like that. You will need to feed them as you
Like
go as well.
exclusively vegetables, or
They don't eat meat. They're vegetarian. They're what is it? Herbivore.
Herbivore.
They will cost you 50 gold. For one of those.
Per day.
No, that's like to buy permanently. But then you will need to feed it and house it.
and also keep it. Is
You
there
might be able
like
to sell it when you come back. You
Is
might be able
there
to, like the owner is a short, old gnome.
So I go outside of Ashen Rest to.
It's just outside the city. It's like a little farm on the outside, on the road. And it's like a little chocobo farm. And there's a little old gnome called
Terrence?
No.
Oh, that's the name of the lizard.
Skibbity
That's
Ridge.
very good.
I will strike you, woman.
Skippy. His name is Nadir. He runs Nadir. He runs this Nadir's farm.
Hello, dear.
Hello there, youngin.
I ran all this way.
You're looking to buy one of me pack lizards?
Yes, we're looking for one that can carry a load of supplies for at least 10 days.
Well, I got this old fella here. You can
I
buy
love him.
50 gold. And if you want us, I'll buy him back from you when you come back. But it won't be at 50 gold, I'll tell you that. I'll be paying a lot less.
How much less?
Well, probably 25 gold.
Do you have a pen?
I got a piece of, like a charcoal stick.
That'll do.
Okay.
I start writing this down on my wrist. All the
Okay.
information like 50 gold, we'll
Yep.
sell it back. Blah,
25
blah, blah.
gold. He will also sell you like feed and things like that if you
Great.
don't want to sell it.
Yeah, how much?
1 gold a day for the feed.
Oh boy. So I need 10 gold in order to make sure he's fine. Is it a he? Is it a boy?
Yeah, it's a boy.
Boy.
Boy lizard.
Terrence is a good name.
I don't name him
You
because I
don't
sell
know-
him.
Oh, good. Terrence. Terrence? I say Terrence loudly and see how this lizard reacts.
Make a just general charisma check.
Not animal handling?
Oh yeah, you can do animal handling.
The rare animal handling check.
Yeah.
Animal handling.
No.
I'm great at animal
Plus
handling.
2.
I'm +7.
Holy shit.
It's because I have to handle myself.
9.
He doesn't like Terrence.
Terrence.
He does not like Terrence.
Just like turns away.
aggressively hates Terrence.
Turns away. Starts munching the grass. Doesn't react.
Rowan.
No.
Not even a check
out of
for
ideas.
that one.
Yeah, I'm not having him called Rowan. I'm just DM Fiat in that. I'm like, nope, that's too confusing for me.
Try some more names.
No, that's all I have.
Theodore.
Theodore.
Make an animal handling check.
5.
Really doesn't
He
like
does
that
not
one.
like Theo.
Yeah, he shits.
Oh, that's what he thinks of
We're
that.
gonna find a good name for you, buddy. I'll figure this out. Okay. I don't have the money.
Oh.
Can I have him now?
Why are you here? Why are you wasting my time?
We're gonna come back.
The air too thin up there?
Where? Oh, me?
Yeah, where your brain
Is
is?
that because I'm tall?
Yeah, you're wasting my time.
Oh.
Sweet goodness, boy. I got things to do.
I'm sorry.
Good. I'll see you. If you've got business, you
I
come
really
back.
messed up. I should have come with somebody.
Yeah. You come to a businessman without money. You ask how much his products are, and you're like,
I know.
oh, but I'm not gonna buy any of them. I'm just browsing.
I was just so excited to get our first beast of burden.
Well, you go get some money, and then you can have a beast of burden.
Okay, what if he's gone? Look at him.
He looks around. Nobody else is like nearby.
He must be snapped.
You better hurry. He might get snapped up. Go
Okay.
get that gold quick.
I'll be back.
All right.
Nadim, goodbye.
Nadir, that's my name.
Yeah, it is.
Mark forgot for a second.
Mark's making a note because he now has to add an extra location to Ash and Rez.
Oh my god, that really got me, that insult. Like, I don't know why, but that just really got me.
Well, I think because he's a gnome, he's so small. He's like,
Essex.
Essex Lowland, it just
Yeah.
really got me.
Essex Highlander, I guess. Like, not enough air up there.
Yeah.
Right. Yep.
I didn't
Back.
take any
Welcome
money.
back. But he doesn't sell like wagons or anything like that. By the way,
No.
he just has the animals.
How did it go? Did you find
Really bad.
really bad?
Well, we have one, but I didn't take any money. It's
Well, no, we were just.
25. I've got it all on my wrist.
That is extremely smudged from sweat, and you rubbed it against your arms as you were running.
I had an itch.
On your okay, well, what did it say
25 gold for
for the
the lizard.
Okay.
25 gold?
He's wonderful. You're gonna love it.
Let's go
he
there.
Doesn't
With,
like
let's
Terrence.
go there with 25 gold, then, shall we?
I think it was 25.
I will go there with exactly 25 gold pieces, no more, no less.
And that's for the
It
feed
might
as
have
well.
been. It might have been 50.
50. That's a
Yeah.
very different amount.
Looking at
Ruben.
the smudge here.
As in, like 25 on the way out, 25 on the way
Well,
back.
no,
Is
I
it a
think
rent?
it's 50,
Right.
but we can sell him back.
For 25.
It's gonna be. He said it would be much less.
To sell it back. Okay,
And also, it's a gold a day for feed. So
well, we
need
intend to.
10 days is 10 gold.
And what do they eat? Just out of interest, just in case we
Feed.
run out. Feed.
They said bag is a bag
Right.
that says feed on it. So I don't know.
That's pretty self-explanatory then. That's
Right, did they sell wagons as well?
No. But I figured we could just load them up with bags.
Bridles or saddles for
Yeah,
loading
did it
up
have
the
like
bags?
a pack or.
Oh yeah, he'll do like saddles and bridles and stuff like that. Yeah, there'll be that included. But an actual wagon, you'd probably have to go to like the carpentry guild, which there is one here. Like you go to the woodworkers guild, and they'll probably have something.
Right, I'll go to this. Where is it? What is it called?
Nadir
Nadir.
is the vendor. They're a
Vendor.
gnome. And they're just south. Oh,
South.
just
Out the south gate. Yeah.
Just that way.
So actually not far away from us.
No, not from the inn.
Why did we send him on his own?
I got
So you
excited.
did, look, you did great work.
You did, yeah.
Do you want to come back and get him?
Yeah.
Yeah? I want to come
Did he
with
look,
you.
strong, sturdy, healthy?
So strong.
Yeah.
So healthy.
Okay.
Total
He
over.
doesn't like Terrence or Rowan, so we need a new name.
How
Did
do
you
you
try
know I
and?
didn't like it?
Because I said it to him, and he,
Did you say it or did you shout it?
for Rowan, he pooped. Then that's a bad sign, I think. For Terrence, he just kind of snorted at me. So we're off on a bad foot. But he's a nice guy, and I think in time he'll learn to love me.
I said what? I don't know what I did.
For some reason, that really caught me.
He started by when
Oh God!
it's just the he pooped.
For Rowan, he pooped.
Right.
Oh, that just got me the right way.
I've done some quick planning on various. Right. To save me having a fully role play,
Yeah.
because I'm gonna die. 50 gold to buy the beast, the lizard, the pack lizard, the thunder lizard. So Gruff, you can find out that he's a herbivore, but he needs to consume a lot of food. So you can leave him like during a long rest, as long as you've got areas of like grassland or flowers and things like
graze.
that, he can graze. But you
That's
also
it.
probably will need some feed of like vegetables and like more, nutritious and like substantial food as well. You probably don't need like a day, every day of travel, but he'll probably need a little bit to go in with the grazing. And if you go to an area where he can't graze, he needs that food every day. Right?
How strong and sturdy does he look?
He make a animal handling check to see what you
God.
know.
Very little.
Yeah, anyone can make this. I don't know.
10.
Oh.
10.
That's with a +7.
Wow.
16
16.
with a -1.
Between the two of you, I mean, you've worked around farms, Xantheus, so you've seen like beasts of burden before and stuff like that. He looks pretty good. Like, he like, you know, this is a classic beast of burden. This is not going to win any races. He's probably not going to do well if you get into a fight. Like, most of the thunder lizards that you know, they're pretty docile and dopey. Like, unless they're physically attacked, they just sort of stop. Unless they're being goaded to move, they'll just do nothing. They'll just graze and be happy to just sit in the sun.
Slaps top of thunder.
Yeah. If you goad them, they'll move. And if they're attacked, they'll try and defend themselves, but they're normally quite defensive. They'll just only fight to defend themselves. But he looks pretty strong. He looks pretty healthy. He doesn't look sick or anything like that. This isn't like a scam. You don't think that he's trying to sell you off some like dodgy old... Maybe he's a bit older than like... He's not in his prime, this lizard. He's like a bit older.
Isn't he great?
No, he is. He's, looks...
I know.
The other thing I'll tell you now,
name.
just to save some time, a covered like wagon or like carriage, more like a kind of covered wagon, will cost you about 200 gold to like buy. Like you, and again, you can do the same thing of if you bring it back in good condition, they'll buy it back off you depending on how good the condition is. Like
They don't have any here.
you can buy one at the Carpentry Guild, just not at Nadir's. Nadir doesn't sell them on the stable. But the Carpentry Guild has like some basic covered wagons that you could buy. The covered wagon, you can sleep in it. 4 of you can sleep inside it, and it's pretty good. It's quite tight with 4 people, but you can sleep in it, and it's covered. It's sheltered from the wind, the rain, that sort of thing. Obviously, it is made of wood. It can be damaged. It can be destroyed.
Could be crown steeled.
Yeah, it does slow. So because you can just move in it, it doesn't slow or affect your movement. You can't move faster with it, but you also don't move slower because it's a very consistent rate of travel. You just have to keep in mind that, like, both the lizard and the carriage, if you get into a random encounter, or if you, I don't know, you need to cross a ravine or something like that, you might not be able to take it with you.
Sure.
Right? So just those kind of factors keep in mind. It also has, like, storage on the outside, so it has, like, trunks and things like that for you to put additional equipment in so you're not carrying it yourself. But again, if you're separated from it or you're not with it, you can't access anything that's stored in the wagon, right?
This is more of a game mechanics question, I guess.
Yeah,
for
sure,
the
yeah,
travel.
that's good though. Like, I want
if
to
we
talk about that
do
stuff as well.
literally walk the entire way ourselves, aside from camping and stuff, would we get levels of exhaustion more?
Yeah,
than
so we're going to use the same travel rules that I think we used before. So the way that travel will work is there's 4 roles. You have the guide, the scout, the lookout, and the quartermaster.
Yeah.
You assign who's going to be leading it, who's going to be the guide, who's going to be each of those roles. And then on an overland journey, the guide makes a check. If you succeed, you travel X amount of days before you have an event, and the higher the check, the more days you get to progress without any problems. When you have an event, one of the other roles will maybe have to decide what to do depending on what I roll. That might be a random encounter, it might be a good encounter, it might be like a shortcut or something like that. You make a check. If you pass the check, generally you do the thing okay. If you fail the check, there's normally a consequence. Every day that you travel and the events that you get basically cost stamina, and then at the end of the journey, you make 1 Constitution saving throw with the DC based on how much stamina it took to get there. Okay. And if you fail that, then you get X amount of exhaustion levels and stuff, right?
Okay, so it would be pretty beneficial then to have the wagons do all the walking for us then.
Yeah, what I would say with the wagon is that will basically make it so if you were say camping out, because also I'm going to roll for weather and stuff like that as well. If you were camping out and you had no tents and no shelter or anything like that, and you camp out for a night, I'm going to add extra exhaustion checks. I'm going to add more to your exhaustion as you're traveling.
Yeah.
If you're inside the wagon, you might not even need to make a check to just get a normal night's rest. You can still make checks to try and improve morale and have food, and that might give you boons and benefits and stuff like that as well. Think of it as when you take these rests, they should be impactful, right? But you're not necessarily going to be we're not going to be doing that check every night, for example.
Yeah,
we'll probably only do it after an event or something like that.
Cool.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I think for what is potentially
It's quite a big journey.
could theoretically be 7 weeks out, 7 days out, 7 days back, at most, maybe.
Also, we could stay out and do these bounties.
Yeah.
Or move.
So it makes
to
sense to
another
have
area.
a full thing. And I guess is there stuff we could do to ensure that this beast, as yet unnamed, doesn't just run away?
It's unlikely he will run away unless he's directly attacked.
Okay.
He's not just going to run off because like you forgot to like hitch him to something or something like that. Or if you don't feed him, it's the kind of thing of like if you don't feed him, he'll just wander off to go find food.
So like if we left him at the edge of Ash Hills?
These beasts are like trained where like basically it's like elephants and stuff. Like if you put a rope around him and put it around like a tree, he'll just be like, well, I can't move,
That's
even
my
though
life
he could
now.
probably pull it over.
Sure, yeah.
He'll just be like, I gotta stay here.
Who I am
Me
now.
Yeah, unless he's attacked, in which case he'll naturally try.
Extremely docile.
Yeah, they're very docile, these creatures.
Okay, that's cool.
I've got a name suggestion.
Do you want to try out some names to see if they like it?
Workshop it, yeah.
You didn't workshop it as the name?
Workshop it is a good name.
That is good, yes. I'm travelling with morons. What about Reese?
Make an animal handling check for me.
Reese.
Jesus Christ, that is a 10.
10. No real reaction.
What about beef?
Make an animal handling check. If you say it in character near the creature, I want to see if it reacts.
Oh, 7.
No.
Has anyone else got any
What about-
suggestions? Like, yes?
Daffod?
No.
No.
I'm going to veto that one.
I'm going to veto that one immediately.
It's too close to death. Who we
What
know.
about Rodri?
Rodri?
Rodri.
Make an animal handling check.
As in
What about
Rodri?
Rodney?
Natural 20 plus 7, 27.
Like you see the creatures like little ears kind of like move around and it kind of picks up its head when it hears the name Rodri.
As in Rodri?
And it moves over to Gruff. It like
Rodri.
Rodry.
it comes over, there's like a little sort of like fence and it like plods over towards you and like kind of snuffs like looking towards
I
you.
think that might be the one.
Aren't you a good boy, eh?
Rodri.
like rubs its like big Jurassic Park style like Triceratops kind of
Gonna
face.
be on your friend.
Okay, I think it's Rodri.
I think this one.
Rodri. I'm sorry you didn't get
It's just beautiful. I love him.
or, yeah, I mean, no.
Rodri. I'm sorry I got your name wrong.
Yeah. Just kind of makes these huffing kind of like
I don't want to put a
noises.
finger in his nostril. It's like my finger's the same size as his
Well,
nostril.
anyway, let's pay 50 plus, let's say, what was it?
10 days worth
10.
of feed or more? How
14?
long is this? What?
Well, let's see. Looking at the map, which is available on the Discord or the wiki, we head
see on the
south-
screen right now.
Or you can see on the screen right now for podcast listeners. You are so fucking welcome. You can head south from Ash and Rest, southeast across that. That's
Yeah,
two.
you have to head south from Ash and Rest, by the way, because that's where the gate is.
If we decide to go south again, we'll be by the river for foraging, or we can stay on the broken road even more. But to actually get to the Ash Hills, we would do at the very minimum 1, 2, 3 through the Ashen Citadel, another 1, 5, and then 6 to actually be in the Ash Hills.
It's a 12.
Well, I think we should stay by the river if that's good
20 days feed, please.
20 gold. So 70 gold up front for lizard and feed. And then are you going to buy a wagon?
Yeah, we'll get the wagon.
200
as well,
gold
so
for the wagon.
I'm doing the math, don't worry.
We should get some locks from the blacksmith
Locks.
guild.
Oh, what to
Lock
secure
our wagon.
our cargo?
Unless
Yes.
the wagon comes with it.
You can, but no, it doesn't come with locks, so you're gonna have to buy some. It's just like storage containers. But yeah, you can buy a couple. How many do you want? There's enough like for 2, like drawers basically that you can put on the wagon. So
It's like the main door into the wagon.
oh, you want one for the door as well, or do you want one for the little side bats? Or just for the
Oh,
door?
yeah, I guess they're on the outside, aren't they?
Yeah, they're on the outside. Yeah.
How many to cover all of them?
30
the
gold.
outside.
Locks are kind of expensive because they're tricky to
Do
make.
we have 30 gold, Gruffith, for the locks?
Yes.
It's priceless if we lose everything.
Yes, we do.
All right. So currently you're at 300 gold total.
Thank you. How are the blacksmiths doing now post lamplighters?
Yes. You would actually tell you what you meet. It's a dwarven figure, a dwarven man that you met before, Grayson, who is the one that you actually nearly had that fight with. And he's sort of like working with a bunch of the blacksmiths. When you pop over and you start asking these questions, he's just like, we're doing all right. Yeah, not too bad. Just trying to recover. You know, it's nice that the lamplighters are out of business. They've got less sway on the Duke, so we've managed to claw back some of some things, but we were also quite happy with where we are now, trying to make up to it.
Yeah, I figured it might be good for the other guilds.
Yeah, it's been all right. Not too bad.
Less of a monopoly.
Yep. Yeah, we're going to be replacing all of their Everlights. We're going to be replacing with like old school oil lanterns and things like that. So.
With some nice metal casings, I'm sure.
Exactly that. Yeah, exactly that.
Good business.
So and the woodworkers are providing the posts and things like that. So we're teaming up on this one.
Do these come with keys? Because I've locked this one to my finger.
Yeah. Don't know how you did that. You could literally just take it off.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, they give you keys. It would be like probably, like one key for the door and then one key for both of the side containers.
Thank you.
Inside, the wagon isn't furnished, but it's large space inside, and also 2 people can ride on it while it's being pulled as well. So you can have 2 people ride, set up on the riding thing. At least one person has to ride it to, control control Rodri.
Okay.
Food for us, so
Natural
20
20 nose,
days.
man.
Yeah.
20 days will be out then. 3 meals a day, I presume. We'll be having 3 meals a day.
Likely. I mean, we also, like I said, we can scavenge on the way. We could stay by the river to potentially get some more fish. We know that Gruff makes some great fish meals.
Yes, and me and Griffith are also well-travelled, and I'm used to going and finding my own food out and about.
Okay. What about you, Altheya? Will you need some additional provisions?
Where
I
can
could
you
probably
get
find some from some beasts, some animals around. Oh,
Where we hunted
It's-
before.
Yeah,
yes, we
well,
did.
it's worth knowing around the Ash Hills, the entire area is kind of dead. There's, not.
I could fill up a skin. I have my water skin.
Okay, it's just be prepared for a
don't
couple.
touch Ophelia's water skin.
Yes, do not.
Ever.
It's been very empty the last 2-3
I just don't want to accidentally try and take a drink of water and it not be water.
to. What if you like it?
I don't think that's possible.
That could be.
2 things. Mechanics thing. Traveling along the road is always better because it's easier. You don't have to make certain checks. It's automatic successes on certain things. There are still chances for like encounters and stuff like that. When you come off the road, it's a bit trickier. You have to make checks and there's more chances for encounters and stuff like that. My second question, and just before we go to break, is how does Altheya plan on filling said water skin? With blood.
Take some kind of animal with some blood in it, maybe a pig or a hog.
Okay, so go and try and find some livestock and
Yeah.
gut that and drain it of blood.
String it from a tree, hang it upside down, slit its neck,
God.
pour the bottle underneath.
Okay.
You're just gonna
Job's
stand
good.
there.
Rodri, no!
Rodri, although he's probably
No, he's
Full of blood.
very filling.
Could probably lose a couple. You could probably have a little nibble.
Stick a little force
Not
on
gonna
it.
lose that much.
Yeah.
Little faucet, little glass.
Would
Yum,
you
yum.
really be
He's
able
my
to
blood
look,
boy.
would you be able to look Gruff in the eye? Seeing Gruff bonding with this animal. Could you do
Bonds are
that?
very strong. Yes.
With that, I'll let you have a think about that. We're going to take
Yeah.
our break because it is time. It's actually overtime. But we're going to take a break here. We will see you in 5 minutes, everybody. We'll be back. Try and get back at ASAP. But yeah, we'll carry on in part 2. Bye-bye.
Hell yeah!
Bye.
See you in a bit.
Bye.
Bye. See you next time.
Welcome back to Altheya, the Dragon Empire. Our party have had discussions about their future plans, where they want to travel to, what quests they wish to undertake, as well as visiting the local bounty board and notice board for any other opportunities that might arise on the way. They have purchased a thunder beast, a thunder lizard called Rodri. They've purchased a wagon and are basically making preparations to head out in perhaps tomorrow, but there is still a ritual to perform this evening, and any other business to finish off for today.
Do thunder lizards come in different colours?
Yeah.
What one's this one?
What colour would you like it to be?
Rainbow.
No,
Give a shit then.
Chrome.
it's not chrome.
red.
It can be grey.
Faster.
It can be red. Yeah, you can be having. You can be red.
Yeah.
It's cauldron.
Maybe red and yellow.
Yeah, it can be like
yellow
yeah.
spots.
Yeah,
The
it
word
can be like
Rodri
red
in my
and yellow.
head is red.
Yeah, red and yellow.
He's red. He's got a racing stripe.
Sure.
Hell yeah, like flames on the side.
Oh, he's like really low to the ground.
Sure.
Fluorescent lighting
He
underneath.
walks, he goes boom, 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 boom.
Every time we stop, he's like doing that. jumping around and everything. Whoa.
Nice. Hot Rodri.
Hot Rodri. Hot rods.
Oh,
It's gonna drag race.
God.
The worst transformer ever.
See,
Anyway.
doubted his name to start with, but here we are.
So,
God, he'll live forever.
we'll see.
Oh God.
Is there any other purchases you wish to make? You do. We're just going to kind of like speed things ahead. Like you can have the wagon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
we
What do you want to do for that? So you can either buy pre-made trail rations, which are 5 silver pieces per day per person. All right. Or you can spend 2 silver a day to buy supplies that might feed the whole group, but it's going to require things like cooking checks and stuff like that en route. You'll also be able to supplement it with foraging and things like that to help increase your
That would be the
chances.
better option.
It's the more cost-effective option, but there is a risk you might ruin it.
What is the check you would make for cooking?
It'd be intelligence-based. And if you have proficiency, you can add your proficiency bonus.
-1.
Yikes.
Could it not be wisdom?
No.
But could it though?
No.
But what if I do like
It could be. No, it could be wisdom.
What if I cook like
I'd say it
salt
has to
bacon?
be
It's
one of the
charisma.
2 mental stats. It's either intelligence or wisdom, I'd say.
If I salt bay it and make it a charisma check instead.
No.
It's like terrible food, but
Yeah, but everyone's like,
the
yeah.
presentation is
Yeah.
alone.
Yeah, you could do that.
Oh, it's all
No
dribbling down
benefits.
his arm. That's
Yeah.
great.
What if
This
you
is
got a
worth
rat
£12,000.
chef that lived on your head,
Yeah?
and you put him under a hat.
Can I buy a rat? How much for a rat?
A rat with cooking proficiency
Yeah.
who then can transfer it through you.
Yeah.
If you can find a rat with a high wisdom or intelligence score and cooking proficiency, maybe you can
Quest
make that work.
unlocked.
Yeah. Write that down. Put it in the quest log.
Me.
Find a rat.
Find a rat.
Yeah, here I am, writing it down.
A cooking rat.
So, we don't have to go into details, but like if you guys just want to spend money.
I'll buy the fancy cooking provisions, I think.
So like the actual trail ones.
Yeah.
How many are you buying? 5 silver each
Someone do the math for
per
me.
day.
25 per day. 25 silver per day, and that's times.
That's 2.5 gold per day.
2.5 gold per day times 20.
Wait, 2.5?
50 gold.
50.
Yep.
50 gold?
Yep.
Okay, taking it off.
Wait.
Just let it go.
Huh?
Just let it go.
What?
What?
Turn it down. That's fine.
Someone just do the fucking maths for me!
It was perfect.
I'm pretty sure it is. 2.5 gold times 10, 25 times 2.
50, yeah. Maybe 45.
No. I mean, you want to try and barter, you can try and barter for sure.
Rowan's not going to barter.
No. All right.
And that's 20 days worth of rations?
Yeah.
It's 20 days. We'll see if they last 20 days. Like they are well preserved, so they might be all right. They are going to be pretty bland. You're not going to get any bonuses or boons. Like if one of you does eventually pick up, say, like cooking proficiency, or you want to get good at it, you will, be able to be like, I want to like learn to make a cool dish that will give us like temporary hit points or
Wait,
like
I
a
thought we were
bonus and
taking
stuff.
the fancy ones.
No, these are expensive, but that means you don't have to make any checks. They're just survival
Yeah.
rations.
So you don't have any cooking proficiency then?
No,
For some reason I presumed you did.
I'm a fisherman.
Yeah, but you also cooked the fish and stuff.
Can I get a
brought it.
bonus when I make that specific fish stew with
Yeah.
the right ingredients?
Yeah.
Okay.
The one that Bliss taught you. Yeah.
I mean,
I normally factor that in when you make it. I make the DC log.
So if we ever go fishing and I make that specific stew,
yeah. Well, we have more days of food for both us and
Yeah, we've got
Rodri
loads of days, yeah.
than we intend to
I'm
travel.
planning
so.
for bad.
you mean hot rod?
Hot Rod, sorry, Hot Rod, yeah.
You can call him Hot Rod if you want. Yeah,
Hell
give him a
yeah.
little nickname. I like the idea that he doesn't have they look a bit like flames, but it's like a natural mottling, and if you squint, it looks a bit like flames.
Hell yeah.
He's like yellow with like
Kind
red.
of. Can you see it? Can you see it? Kind of interesting.
Anyway.
It's like fire, like. Hey, Rowan. Tsk, ow. It's hot.
Any other things that you want to buy? Any general supplies? Anything like that? Obviously, anything more unique, like potions, stuff, will like probably roleplay. But if you just want to buy like player's handbook-y kind of adventuring gear, I'm not going to worry
Player's
about it.
handbook?
I'd like to buy a player's handbook.
Yeah,
I'd like to buy a player's
You can
handbook,
buy
please. Can we
anything
roleplay
from
this?
the player's handbook.
Oh wait, they've changed it recently. The new one, it's got
Not
like,
yet. We're not changing it yet.
The
I'll
new
get-
ones have got weird new things in there that I'm
Yeah.
not too used to. Just
I like the
right now.
illustrations.
The illustrations are great, but
All right.
I would like 50 foot of hempen rope.
All right.
No joke.
Yep. That will cost
joke.
you 5 gold.
What?
Oh, how many? What? 5 gold?
Yep.
A 50 foot of hempen rope.
Yep. Remember, I increased the prices in Altheya. Everything's priced.
I don't have that much money.
Shrinkflation.
I'm one of those people.
Yep.
Can I barter? I've got a miner's pick. You want to trade that?
So you go to the store and you're like, I'll give you this miner's pick for that rope.
This is after figuring
Means
out.
you're not going to have a miner's pick. What if you need that miner's pick?
Oh God.
What if there's like a
My
cave you've got to dig
Well,
through?
rock-
We are actually going to a
Gemstones and
cave,
stuff?
right? Is
Maybe.
it not like a...
It might be caves.
I should keep the mining pick.
So
You're right.
easily swayed.
I've also got a shovel. You want a shovel? I need that.
Ophelia's got
Might
rope.
need that.
I need that.
You can have mine.
Okay.
Rope.
I've also got 50
I'm
feet.
pretty sure
of hempen
everyone's
rope.
got...
They've all got rope.
Yeah.
Bombs.
How, what about torches? How is everyone for torches?
I have
Oh, I
4.
don't. I can see it.
I
in light.
can
good
use
point.
my spell.
That's also true.
Do you have a hat or some sort of hat that can hold a torch?
So I think this would be. Where would this be? I think this is in like.
For some reason, I thought you were going to
It's
ask
called like
if you
the
had a hat
Emerald
for a
Drake,
lizard.
I think.
And I
There's a
was like,
shop
yes.
that's called like the Emerald Drake, which sells like general supplies. I don't think I ever created like who runs it, so I'm going to find out now. The name is James.
James.
James. But it's spelled Jyames.
Of course.
James.
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 James is a young halfling boy, like man, like he's a young man, like in his 20s.
Young man.
He's like, so you want an hat? Holds a torch.
So I'm thinking, right, I've got a mining pick.
Not like an helmet, an hat.
And I,
Oh, a helmet would be pretty good, actually, thinking about it. Because I'm mining away or in some sort of deep
Right.
underground bit.
Yeah.
Either I've got my sword, which I'm holding.
Yeah, I
up
think
to.
miners have stuff like that. Miners have helmets, and they put like candles or lamps in them. You can get something like that. I don't have it, but the blacks I could sell you an helmet, and I'll sell you a bracket and like a lantern, and then you can go to the blacksmith guild
they put it together.
they put it together, right? Yeah, you can do something like that.
Very good.
I'm well up for that.
Yeah. Oh,
How
brilliant.
much for the 2 bits?
Ooh, let me just consult one. Now, what kind of lantern you want? You want like one that you can?
Oh, I have a lantern. I've got a bullseye lantern.
That's pretty big.
I know. I've got a big head.
All right, yeah, that sounds great. Well, I'll tell you what, for just the helmet and a bracket, gold piece.
Amazing. Well, I don't have that. Let me
What's-
just ask my friends.
Sorry, what's
I
going
need
on?
a gold.
Oh, what have you
Specifically, 60 silver.
60 silver. Have you found, what,
why? What have you found?
10 feet of hempen rope?
No.
Oh, what is
Ophelia's
it?
got that.
Oh, okay. Well, I've got some, yes.
Helmet, bracket, bullseye lantern, blacksmiths,
Sorry?
helmet light, the hat
Oh.
light.
With the
Right,
one you've
oh.
already got.
Yeah, so
Yes.
but
big.
what to what?
It's like a massive, like, holding lantern.
but
that
why
he's
not
got.
just?
I
Do you need
Is he
both
going to put
hands?
it on and just go, whoop?
I always lose this thing because I put it down when we start fighting or picking up other things. But if I have my hands free,
Okay. Oh no, that I mean it would be useful.
Yeah, actually, no, I don't think you do have that lantern. I think you
think I left
it
it.
in the caves. Yeah, I don't think you ever picked
can
it up.
anyone give me their lantern?
I don't
a
have. I've
lantern.
never had
have
it.
one.
No.
I've never had one.
I,
Never
I
needed
didn't
Well, I
ever
might need
use one.
2 gold then.
Well, I mean,
A lantern? Oh, it's more than a gold
Is
piece
it-
for a
how much
lantern.
is it, James?
James, depends on what kind of lantern you want. You want one that you can like hood, that's like you can turn it off, but it stays lit.
oh, a hooded lantern.
Or do you want like a bullseye one that's just all the
What's the
time?
difference in cost?
Ooh, fight an extra 5 gold between the two.
I'll go for the cheaper one, I guess. Always on.
Yeah, all right. Yeah.
Well, what if you accidentally nod and hood it?
I don't want the.
Oh, the bullseye. I see.
Yeah,
Right.
you can change it. You can make it like a wide cone or very thin, but you can't turn it off.
That's pretty cool. The cheaper one
All right, that's 5 gold.
and the bracket.
All right, and then a
then
helmet, 6 gold.
That's not. No, it's not.
Does anyone spot me then? I'll pay it back.
I mean,
I have platinum.
Yeah.
Can
Will you take a platinum?
Yeah.
No.
Can we have
It's okay,
change?
I
for
have.
that?
Yeah, of course you get changed. I'm not no thief. I'm not no sneaky thief,
I
am I?
have
No,
you
we
can
don't-
have 6.
this is
I've got
James
both.
we're
You can
talking
have
about.
both.
James of the Verdant Drake.
I'll give Fruin
We've got the
6.
change. It's okay.
James Drake, they call me.
and how do you spell Drake?
Drake. D-R-A-K-E. What, are you an idiot?
D-R-Y-A-K-E. Drake. James Drake.
What, are you saying there's something wrong with the way my name, James?
No, of course, no. I mean, come on, my name is Xantheus.
Yeah, James is a very common name in Caldra.
I know. I mean, people are mispronouncing Oregon all the time.
Yeah.
So,
Oregon.
exactly, yes.
Don't know what he's talking
Oregon.
about.
Either way,
Sounds like a
here's
place.
6 gold.
Sounds like a video game.
Okay, takes
Take
that.
the helmet, the bracket,
Yeah.
and the always-on lantern.
God bless you.
That's you.
Thank you.
Science bless you, James.
Thank you. I'm allergic to dummery.
Is that a craft?
No. Yeah, it's an herb.
Right.
Really gone. Tom's gone. Is she born
He
to
points
be?
to like a potted plant, and on it is dummery.
Why have we got it there?
People buy it, don't they? Ugh. Sets my allergies off something right, Berber. Anyway, enjoy your helmet lantern.
Thank you. Goodbye, James.
Bye.
Drake.
It's just Drake.
Sorry.
James of the Verdant Drake.
Good.
I now have to write down James.
James Drake.
Make sure you spell it right now.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking hell.
Accent.
So
Going back to the blacksmith now.
yeah. So I saw a great world building, like the fancy naming tip, which was take a normal name,
Widen
change
it.
one letter, or add a letter.
Yeah.
And honestly, yeah, it works really well.
It does.
Yeah.
I did that. My original name was Oliver. Changed a few letters around. Now I'm Xantheus.
Right. You go and find a blacksmith, and in a day's time, they will make you this ridiculous
This
helmet
and
lantern.
this.
It
On this.
It may work. We'll find out.
God.
It will work, whether or not it stays on his head and things like that.
That's
we'll
what
see.
I was worried. I thought
Also,
it was gonna be too
remember, a
much.
lantern is filled with like oil, like they use oil to burn, right?
Jeez, it's gonna blind
You get
himself.
hit on the head, and maybe that oil goes all over you. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
I think I'm onto something.
Or like, what if something breathes fire on you, for example?
Or someone casts a fire spell near me.
It just explodes.
Xantheus and Ruin just walking down a corridor and you just hear.
Right. Anything
What's
else?
happening?
Yeah.
Anything else?
We've got food, we've got,
got hot
lighting,
rod.
we've got loads of rope. We have the wagon, we've got Rodri.
Should we have a backup tent in case?
Rowan
our
carries.
person-
Rowan has a
You have
tent.
two person.
Yeah, because only 4 of you can sleep in the wagon
We've
as
got
well.
the ability to carry all
And you have like bed rolls and blankets and stuff, like a bunch
Yeah.
of so
I
you can
think-
fill the wagon with that basically.
Okay.
I think we have everything
Yes.
we need for this
Okay.
travel.
Great.
We also have cooking utensils.
Does anyone else need
that's
any
good.
potions or anything?
Can't afford them.
True. True that.
Spent all that money.
Quick rundown on the potions price again.
Yeah, give me a
It's like
minute.
200, 500.
That's okay.
It depends
It's
because
got
like
that.
it depends on what you want.
Oh no, wait. She died again.
Yeah, well you can't buy those potions. Those potions are long gone.
Oopsie doopsie.
Saved you from dying, though.
It did.
Oh no, they are in.
Pretty good.
Did run into a tree.
We are in my other database.
Put a moonbeam on it. That'll
So yeah, you can buy
I rolled
vitality
max
potions.
Sorry?
Vitality potions give you 2d4 plus 2 temporary hit points.
And
They are
salves, right?
They are 50 gold. The healing salve is 150 gold. It has 3 uses, and during a short or long rest, you can apply the salve to yourself or another creature and make a medicine check. The creature regains hit points equal to 1d10 plus the medicine check result minus 10. So it's like if you roll a 15, you take away 10, you add a 5 to it.
I have a potion of vitality.
Nice. The alchemy, Aquilo's Alchemical here in Ashen's Rest also sells alchemical weapons oils for 75 gold. It's a bonus action. You coat 1 melee weapon or 10 pieces of ammunition, and for the next minute, attacks using that weapon or ammunition deal a d4 of either fire, cold, or lightning damage.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I guess. Was there any indication of what we would be up against?
Nope.
In the actual-
Haven't spoken to Obsidius yet. We might be able to get that info.
Yeah, I'm just trying to remember if Emberissa said
No, I don't
something
think she
No.
said anything specific.
It would be in my
Just there might
breadth
be
of notes.
there might be bandits because of the crown steel stuff for sure, but nothing.
Bandits do be hating lightning and acid and fire.
Maybe.
I'm going to buy 5 vitality potions
Wow.
and distribute them amongst everyone.
That will buy out Aquilo's store. There will not be anything left of vitality potions, and that means that there probably won't be anything for several months while he makes more.
Okay.
That's
Right.
250.
250.
Wait,
5
did someone
vitality
else have a
potions.
Vitality potion.
I had one, but we used it.
I have 1, so you could buy 4.
Yeah, just remember they are temporary hit points. So you want to, and they're a bonus action to drink. So they're good to drink if you're like, okay, this fight looks pretty rough. Drink one of those. Means that you'll save yourself taking some damage.
Okay.
Okay, so everyone put down 1 vitality potion.
I have.
Write it down.
You keep 2 then.
I have 1 brackets 1 vitality potion. Potion of
This is a
vitality.
custom item, yes?
Yes, yeah.
It's in there if you just search vitality.
Is it?
Yeah. Unless it's something that's
Does it say it does something different?
when you drink this potion, it removes any exhaustion you're suffering and cures any disease or poison affecting you. Okay.
Different item.
Well, I've got a potion of vitality in my equipment.
Sure.
It's not the right thing.
Yeah.
It is also
if you wanted to use it, it's just
very
something like
rare.
that. Yeah. And this is not.
purple.
It's very common.
It's purple.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's common. It's not.
In terms of anything else to do, Ron's not going to be in Ash and Rest for a while.
Oh, he's gonna go to fucking.
He needs to have a prophecy
Okay.
and see Boulder for the last time.
Oh,
It's true.
got
And
to
ask
see
him
his
to come along.
point.
It's just 10 minutes of bro.
We don't have to roleplay any of it.
Well, I have to do the toad.
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You can go. So this will be just the few hours before proper night, like, midnight when Ophelia has to do the ritual. This is like the last few hours. You make your way to the Clever Toad. It is busy. Lots of workers coming in for the day from the various guilds, enjoying a drink and some meat skewers that kobolds happily do, their yakitori that they do here. And you see Boulder. He's working the door. He's like, Rowan! Yeah. Good to see you. You all right?
How are you after the tournament?
Oh, yeah, I got in a bit of trouble with Mum because I caused all that trouble. So I'm not allowed out. I'm grounded. I've got to stay here.
You've been a naughty Boulder.
Yeah. She said next year I might be able to go.
Oh, well, there's one a year, isn't there?
Yeah.
So
Exactly. Yeah.
you're not missing anything.
Well, I missed all the other tournaments
Oh, there's more?
over the year.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's the best one,
And,
though, isn't it? So.
Yeah. And then I got to clean out the toilets.
Oh,
Yeah. It's my punishment. But it's all right. It's fair. It's fair. Mum's very fair.
well, we're going to be gone for a bit, so
Where you going?
we're going to a place called Ash Hill,
Okay.
and it's really dangerous and scary.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Going on a badass adventure, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be cool as hell.
Yeah.
So we might be gone for like a
You
month.
can crush something.
Yeah,
Nice.
maybe. We'll see. Okay, well, it's been good. I'm going to go...
You like when he blinks, it's like one eye then the other. Bloop.
I'm going to go get a prophecy now. It's going to be the last one I do for a bit. I'm going to miss you, brother.
I'm gonna miss you, brother.
It's the loudest hug. The hug heard around the world.
Hands
Feel
on the
it.
flesh, just
Scale grip.
Every touch is just.
You enjoy a wonderful embrace with Barrick Tarek, aka the Boulder.
The Boulder.
You can see that like a few patrons glance over in their way. Boulder sort of glares at them. They go back to the drink. But you enjoy a lovely embrace, and then you head over to the Toad.
A sad day.
Hello, Toad.
You place your coin. You pull the lever. The music plays.
I really milk the moment.
The eyes open. They glow
Please
softly.
be good, please be good, please be good.
Roll a d100 for me.
Oh.
Ooh, this is new.
Well, is it?
63.
I'm just making you roll it. 63. I'm making you roll it instead. Ooh.
The destiny is in my hands.
Roll another d100 for me.
Oh.
25.
We spent so much money at the Toad that they've
Only-
upgraded it.
Yeah.
Only 1 in 100 is
And one more
tomorrow,
deal.
and that's the only way you can finish rolling.
91.
91. You
You. That's me.
shall find power when you learn control. Beware the stranger. And its eyes close.
Oh my.
Tomorrow.
Its eyes open again tomorrow.
Gotta learn a new power. Gotta worry of the stranger. All right. I put my hand on the glass. Thank you, clever toad, for your prophecy. I'll be back in a month.
Okay. You leave.
Much to ponder.
You head out there with your mind reeling from the strange prophecy
Goodbye, kobolds.
that you're going to. Bye! All
I'm
the
going on
Tarics.
an adventure.
All right.
Okay.
2 goldies dead. 2 goldie dies. I'll take that bet. And you just hear the Tarics betting over whether you're going to live or not. But yeah, you ponder your mysterious prophecy from the clever toad as you make your way back to the enticing devil.
Worldview shaken.
Those of you who are back at the enticing devil, Ophelia, you have been spending sort of the last few hours carving into the onyx the runes and sigils that you witnessed in your prayer, in your communication with the Grave Father. You take some tools and you begin to affix that to the mirror itself, this large ornate mirror that you've purchased. You know that in the next part of the ritual, you have to mix Tyria's ashes with fresh blood. You probably, Percival could have started a fire out in the gardens, burnt the remains down as necessary. It would have taken some time, but, you've made that work, basically. What do you do for the fresh blood?
I think Ophelia would just. Well, this is her ritual she's casting, so I think she would make the sacrifice herself.
Okay.
And do the same as she did before with veracity and just the hand still with the open the scar.
How much HP do you lose? How much do you bleed? And I will tell you if it is enough, and it is not enough. I will ask you again how much you are going to cause.
Half.
Which is?
24.
24. More than enough. You don't have to spend 24. By the time you've spent 10 HP, you feel that that's enough. Like, mixed in with the ash, you have created this kind of thick, coagulated black paint. And as you begin to paint it onto the mirrored surface, the onyx and its runic symbols begin to softly glow with that same spectral blue-green light that you have seen in the Grave Father's domain and in the many times that you've interacted with necromantic magic. The thickened mixture of blood and ash, as it coats the mirror, initially it just looks like a kind of smeared on liquid, but as soon as you finish, there is a flare of power in the runes. And instead of it being a mirrored surface covered in this paint, the mirrored surface instead turns like black glass. No longer quite reflecting, still reflective, but not in the same way that a mirror, not like a polished silver mirror. This is like glass, but pitch black.
Cool.
The mirror itself leaning up against the shrine's wall. And you see that soft glow of spectral energy remains within the runes. And the hour approaches. Everyone is in the inn. Those of you who are in the enticing devil, you feel Tyria's presence sort of manifesting. Whilst the gardens, once you defeated the tree, the gardens felt more peaceful, the inn still has this haunting melancholy about it. And indeed, some of the shutters sort of ripple. A few doors slam open and shut as a figure emerges out onto the balcony from her room, descending from her room. As Tyria sort of looks at you all, that hideous scarred face, the one good eye staring out, she drifts down the stairs, making her way up and down the tables, almost like placing her hand on the bar, as if feeling it for one last time.
I'll do the mind thing so that she can speak if she wants to.
Sure. Yeah.
Give her the opportunity.
Yeah. you would hear in your heads, thanks to Daisy's power kind of connecting you all. We bought this place together. We thought that we would have a great future here. Kavon wanted to be rich. I just wanted to be happy, to have friends. But everything turned around so quickly. Life was like the rug was pulled out from under us. Just everything seemed to go wrong. Then he began to change. And that night, that horrible night, you see her form kind of flickers almost, as she almost seems to resist losing control at the thought of it all. She looks around. But I feel that this place is in good hands now. I'm ready. I'm ready for a new life. Somewhere else. And I don't ever want to feel weak again. She drifts over towards Altheya, ready to follow.
Yeah, Ophelia will hold out her hand with the blood dripping down her hand.
She reaches up, and you can feel a gentle touch, but she's kind of hovering her hand there, but you feel like a connection, something. Not able to fully grasp the spectral hand before you. And yeah.
We are bound in blood, you and I. Blood was my beginning, and blood was your end, but we'll form a new life together. New life for you.
I would like that. You lead her out of the inn. She glances around the garden, maybe takes a moment to sort of sit there and appreciate this place. You lead her out into the shrine, and now all of you now see this mirror, where once it had been polished silver, now it is black glass. And this dominant onyx gemstone set into the top of the ornate sort of design, glowing with this spectral energy, which almost seems to be spiraling out into the frame of the mirror itself. But the black glass in the center does not change. And even when you look at it, you feel it should reflect more light than it does. It almost seems to draw it in and absorb it. And your reflections, vague as they are, seem not right. But you make your way inside. Just as the shadowed moon of Malir, her soft, silvery light peeking out over Althea's night sky. The stars somewhat hidden by gentle, wispy clouds, and of course the ever-present crown, its crumbling form, flaring with the occasional burst of red and black magic, its golden body broken apart, lingers. It approaches the hour. Ophelia.
Yeah, Ophelia will lead Tyria down towards the mirror at the end.
Mm-hmm.
And with her robes on, her ceremonial robes, she sort of glides across the floor with this ghostly figure next to her. And she takes Tyria's hands in hers at the front of the aisle and addresses the Grey Father. Blessed Grey Father, please open the way so that Tyria may pass into your realm. Let her soul find tranquility in your domain. Let her rage and power find a home in the House of Shadows. Harness her strength, teach her the path, and let her find glory in your eternal kingdom. Tyria, if you're ready, thank you for opening your heart. Go to him and be reborn. Enshroudus Sanctorum.
As you speak those last two words with the prayer, the black glass ripples like a pebble dropped into a lake and becomes clear. But it does not reflect the inside of this shrine. You see someplace else entirely. A grand Gothic cathedral dripping with faint flickering candles and black stone, silver red tabards of color hung from vestibules and archways. And before the mirror itself, you see a figure. A athletic, tall man. Dark skin, shaven head, dressed in something not too dissimilar to what a priest of the Scions or Saints might wear, but this time heavily dark colors, deep reds, dark blue, dark black, all kind of dripping around in this great silver chain of a holy symbol of a skull face in a circular disc, symbol of the Grave Father. Behind this man stands 3 identical-looking men, different skin tones, but all athletically built, all shaved heads, their eyes masked by blindfolds, but you can see they carry swords and maces and armor as opposed to robes. The figure in front of the mirror opens his eyes, but there are not pupils or sockets. There is instead a sort of purple and green flame that's emerging from his eyes. And he speaks with a voice that is otherworldly. You are Sister Ophelia della Rosa of the House of Blood.
Yes.
And this is Tyria.
Correct.
I am sorry for the harshness of your life, my dear, but allow me to be the first to tell you that in the Grave Father's domain, your eternal unlife shall be nothing like it. You will be welcomed here and safe. Sister Ophelia, I am High Deacon Mograine Gallows of the House of Shadows. Those of you watching, including Ophelia, can make a religion or arcana check for me.
Okay. Religion or arcana?
I'm bad at both.
I'm equally good at both.
Nope.
But I'll call it arcana.
I'd say, Ophelia, you don't need to make this check. I think you're going to know who this is anyway,
7.
and what his deal is.
Okay, I got a 19, but I did an
19.
arcana check rather
Sure.
than religion.
Yep, 19. If you want, I can also, Nim can probably help you identify this, Daisy.
I
as
rolled a
well.
19.
Yeah, okay.
Plus 0, but Nim.
Yeah, it makes
probably
sense that Nim
asked.
would probably give you the information on this. So whether this comes from Nim or your own knowledge, Rowan, what did you get actually? Just to
8.
Oh, okay, right. So so Gruff and Rowan, you're not really sure. This just looks like a man, maybe some sort of magic he's using. Xantheus, you can immediately tell the voice is not that man's voice. That man is possessed. The physical human being you're talking to is not this High Deacon Mograine.
Okay.
That is a vessel. And the thing that is calling itself High Deacon Mograine is a spirit inside him.
Okay.
And for you, Daisy, Nim would basically tell you the same thing, that many of the Grave Fathers, like lieutenants or leaders or, military powers, some of them are very powerful spirits and specters that inhabit mortal bodies. And Ophelia, you maybe have met or at least seen the Countess interact with some other spirits like this. The House of Shadows is primarily made of spectral undead, ghosts, wraiths, shadows, that sort of thing. But when they deal with the living, they will often possess a host in order to facilitate that meeting. And these hosts are willing. They are citizens of Osseous who give themselves to the House of Shadows to use as embodiments in exchange for payment or reward or safety of their family or whatever it happens to be, whatever it is, in the same way that you and your family were vassals of the House of Blood and were expected to provide blood for the vampires and things like that. In the House of Shadows, it is a physical body for them to use. And you suspect the fact that the man that you're talking to and these 3 warriors behind him, their similarities is likely a representation that High Deacon Mograine uses all of them as his hosts, and he maybe swaps them around and stuff like that. But he looks to you and repeats what he said. Yes, the Grey Father is most pleased of you to welcome such a wondrous and beautiful new member of our home to us. Tyria deserves this, and we will make sure that she is well cared for here and becomes a great servant of the Grey Father. We will teach you much, young one. We will teach you to use these new powers for something far greater than yourself, and you will find peace and joy and safety here. I have ushered in many undead into their everlife. I have served the Grey Father for centuries, and I know this journey well myself. Now, step through the black glass and come to Nakral. Come to the Black Cathedral. Come home. Tyria stands. She looks. One last sort of reaches out, just hold your hand. You feel a connection, not able to fully grasp it. You feel a connection there. And all of you in your minds hear, thank you. Thank you for giving me this. I will return one day to repay it. And with that, she drifts through, and you watch as she passes through the mirror and appears in front of the High Deacon, who embraces her and physically can touch her, almost like the spirit within is allowing that connection to happen, sort of wraps his arms around her in like a quite tender hug. And then they gesture, and you see spectral maidens sort of fly in, drift into the side, who sort of take Tyria's hands, and they whisper and giggle and laugh, and she drifts off to the side with them. Oh. The deacon turns back. The Grey Father wishes to reward you for this great service. What would you ask of him if you would have a choice?
A reward,
I have a suggestion should you be overwhelmed by this graciousness.
I am overwhelmed. Strength. Forgive me, High Deacon.
There is nothing to forgive, my child. This is a great service, and it is a considerable ask to put you in this position. If I may, he could grant you magical knowledge. As I understand it, you have only recently come to learn magic and its uses.
Yes. Yes, when I was in the Greylands, I uncovered the knowledge of magic. Yes, it's all very new to me.
Then it is within my power and under the Grey Father's blessing that I could grant you magical power.
Oh, that would be an honor.
And more rewards would be forthcoming if you continue to serve his undead majesty in this excellent way.
Oh, yes. Yes, your great spectre. That would be my highest honor.
Oh, then kneel before me, child.
Ophelia kneels.
He steps up and he opens his hands, and the man collapses back, caught by the bodyguards, who immediately take him and actually place a hand over his eyes as something comes out of him. A black vaporous being with glowing red eyes in a shroud, in a shape that looks like your nightmares made real. It has the vaguest form of a man, but it is no living thing. As it reaches out, and from the mirror, from the black glass, a great spectral black hand reaches and grips Ophelia's mind, grips onto your forehead, and you feel something transfer through. After a few moments, the hand withdraws, and the amorphous shape flows back into the man. You have done well, child. May the blessings of the grave travel with you.
Blessings of the Grey Father to you. Thank you.
And the black glass returns to its black, shimmering form. Ophelia, as you have increased your piety towards the Grave Father by performing a great service, I'm going to reward you with, you now know the Bane spell, and you can cast it once per day for free. Yeah.
Wow.
So I'll figure out, I'll make a feat or something to give it to you, but just know that you have the Bane spell and you can cast it once per day for free.
Oh,
Nice.
man.
Or you can use your spell slots. You know it, but you get a free cast of it,
That's so
basically.
cool.
Holy shit. For, once per day was that?
Yeah,
So
once per
nice.
day.
That's cool.
And yeah, you can lose piety. If you do things to displease the Grave Father, he can take it away. And if you drop below 3, you'll lose access to that power.
Okay.
So if you ever displease him, you might lose that ability. But if you continue pleasing him, you'll gain more power and stuff like that as well.
Cool.
I will also tell you, as a group,
Yeah.
eventually, Tyria will return.
That's what we were worried about.
She will return as a retainer to the party.
Oh.
She will come as a potential ally once she has learned to use her new powers and perhaps become a devout follower of the Grave Father. She will return to perhaps aid you at a suitably appropriate time.
Okay.
Cool.
Nice. Oh man, what was the name of the spirit?
Oh, High Deacon Mograine Gallows.
Grain Gallows. That is such a cool like.
And that will not likely be the last you hear of him. This mirror, which is called the Black Glass, by the way.
That's cool.
I'll write you out a card for the Black Glass. This is technically like the party, it is bonded to Ophelia. Ophelia is the only one who can use it, but it will remain in the inn. The Black Glass is a magic item that can be upgraded. So right now, you can only contact the Black Cathedral in the Ossian capital of Nekral. That's the only thing that this has a link to, and only if the High Deacon allows you to use it. So it's like you have to basically be like, please, High Deacon, I want to talk to you, and then if he wants to, he can accept the call. And at the moment, only undead can pass through it. So technically, Parsifal can go through. Only undead can pass through. However, it can be upgraded to allow living to travel through.
Why would we? We don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. Though.
It can also be.
I thought through that.
It can also be upgraded
Mostly
to
bad.
connect to other places in Osseous. But you would need to. It's like a teleportation circle.
Yeah.
You need to learn the sigil. So, like the Countess, for example, you might be able to set one up in the home of the House of Blood and stuff like that.
Nice.
So,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Ooh,
So
I love
these
that.
are like Ossian devices that are used quite commonly in Osseous, mostly by powerful undead.
Very cool.
But yeah.
That's awesome. Thank you. That's
Hell yeah, man. Oh, I don't know what it is. I can't explain what it is I loved about that Mograine Gallows guy. I think it's just like
vibes.
when it's because he's got the guards there, and it all makes sense as to why he has them there, so he can catch the body, so he can escape. It's like it's so well thought out. I love
Yeah.
him.
A small detail, just because it won't come up, but he routinely he rather than just using the same host, he has all 4 of them as his bodyguards and he rotates them, which one he inhabits, so they
That's
have
cool.
like their lives and they can rest and stuff like that as well. And yeah, he was a devout soldier in the very early days of Osseous. He is hundreds and hundreds hundreds of years old. And he became, he chose to become, rather than become a Death Knight in the House of Bone, he became a member of the House of Shadows to help new undead adjust to their eternal lives. He's like a proper pastor. He's like that's why he's the High Deacon. So he basically welcomes a lot of the new undead into their everlife, as they call it.
Very cool.
I love the idea that there's 4 of them because it's like, oh, not today. Could you just, could you just Bob today? Like, just not me.
Yeah,
I did yesterday.
They're all trained to fight blind as well, because one of the things is whilst they are not being possessed, he wants them
you're
to be blinded
blinded,
in their presence and stuff, and then why they covered their eyes as well.
Yeah.
So they don't have a life while they're being like a possession, like while he's possessing them.
That's
and stuff.
cool.
Kim
What a
wants
nice
to join
detail.
this. Kim wants to join this.
Speaks to the inner goth.
Yeah.
But yes,
I could use blight once per day.
once per
Pretty
day.
powerful. I'm pious all of a sudden. I believe.
The same will go like that piety system applies to any sort of divine power or like warlock patron. So if one of you decided I'm going to be a really devout worshipper of say Melia or Pyrrhus or something like that, same system works. Like if you further a god's agenda and you get their attention, they will reward you with powers and stuff like that as you go as well. Same with any of the planar powers. For example, it's say like a very powerful devil or a demon or something like that. You can do something similar as well.
So it has to be actual, legit gods rather than.
Well, no,
know.
because what makes a god?
Yeah, like
Worship Nim.
Nim's like a lower level celestial, so it doesn't count. But like, say one of the angelic commanders of the angelic legion of the Seraphic Legion, they would have the same thing. The Grey Father is like the top of the food chain. Like he is the top of the Greyland planar power. So you would need to go to something similar. So like you are talking like the commander of the angelic army, or the Helion Throne. The Helion Throne is another example of these kind of godlike beings.
Not that one. Not that one.
The Helion Throne, you don't know, they might be legit. You don't know. Any of the elemental nobles and stuff as well.
Lies become stories, stories become legends, legends become deific. I worship Borth Jorkinson.
Fuck's sake.
Maybe Borth one day, with enough followers, if enough people believe in Borth.
I don't think that's going to happen. Plus, if he tried to
the
give...
Borths or the Jorkinsons?
The Borks.
The Borths.
If he tried to give them any powers, he'd just Borth it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you
the
wouldn't
powers he
get
gets at all point.
Be like a trickster god, but a really rubbish one.
Yeah.
Would the worship be
Really
throwing
bad.
yourself down a ramp every day?
Yeah.
Reenacting the fall.
Oh, you headbutted another door frame.
With that as well, by the way, as the situation with Tyria is now completed, that quest is complete. You will earn progress towards a level up. Don't level up just yet. You will earn progress towards a level
Solve
up.
it, yeah.
It's more that this was like a smaller quest, so it's like a build up to a thing.
We solved it in
You
a
did solve it,
different
absolutely.
way.
It's
There was an
completely
avenue.
solved, but this is like part of a level up, basically. So if you complete a few more of things like that, then you'll get a level up.
Some bounty board stuff.
Yeah,
Maybe.
And gained a follower as a result of that path we took, I suppose.
Eventually. When you all return from the shrine, I'm assuming that at least most of you, maybe Ophelia stays, but the rest of you, when you return to the inn, there is a change in the air, a very noticeable change.
Okay.
It's still run down, still leaks, it's still a bit stinky, but that oppressive melancholy is no longer there. There is no longer that coldness that you didn't really notice properly until it was gone. This place just feels quiet and abandoned. There's not a feeling of sadness. There is not a sensation of being watched, feeling uncomfortable here. It is now just a humble, abandoned inn.
Well, Ron's still shaking from that whole thing. He really doesn't get on with all that at all.
I mean, that's it. The place is ours now.
We have to... It's been passed over to us now. We have to do right by it, by Tyria.
Gruff's gonna, while they're kind of conversing, kind of get together 5 cups or whatever, and and I don't know, at DM's discretion, like just pour a wee dram in each cup. I don't know if he's been traveling with a little something in his flask or.
I will allow it, but no more. You must
more.
purchase more if you wish more.
That's the last
Drop of his little
from Ice Heart.
whiskey or brandy or whatever it
Yeah.
happens to be. It would make sense that from Ice Heart you'd have like a warming,
Yeah,
like a
something
brandy
warming.
or a whiskey or something to
Yeah.
like warm you up, kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
About the last of it.
Yeah,
You have
the
to
last-
buy more.
Yeah. The last drop of Ice Heart whiskey, passes it round to everybody. I think with that, one thing I'd quite like to propose is a change of the name of this inn. The name comes with quite a lot of misery and blood and bad blood and injustice, and I think maybe we should honor Tyria. She was frightened of not making her mark in this world and only being remembered for the awful things that happened to her. So I was wondering if we should rename this Tyria's Rest. Or Tyria's, I don't know, something maybe Tyria's Respite or something like that. I don't know. But I wonder if naming it after her could be a way for people to remember her and come here and have good times.
I like Tyria's Rest. It's lovely.
Simple, but Tari is a lovely name too. Gives that the focus of the name.
I imagine as well as we repair this and maybe move on, I'm not saying we will, Rowan,
Wait.
but this can become a place for laughter, for friends coming in the evening to share a drop like we are now, preparing to move on to the next bit as we are now. So a toast maybe to Tyria's Rest.
To Tyria's Rest?
To Tyria's
Tyria's
rest.
Rest.
Tyria's Rest.
And the next chapter. Yakida.
Is this water?
With that, the evening comes to a close. You may all long rest.
Nice. I don't think
The inn still disheveled, still having to sort of make do in the ruined rooms. But now, for the first time maybe, you all sleep very soundly here. With the exception of maybe Ophelia, who was fine. But the rest of you, you do not, your dreams are untroubled and your rest is peaceful. And as morning comes, you all awaken to the sound of at the door.
Not it.
someone else get that. I'm not wearing any.
I'll do it.
Yeah, Gruff, you make your way down. You open the door, and you see a very sprightly tiefling courier, messenger. G'day, sir! I got a message for you from the Ducal Palace.
Gruff grabs him.
Ah!
Does my hand go? Is it
Make a attack roll. See if you grab this guy. He definitely doesn't want to get grabbed.
an attack roll?
His AC, it'd be like 15.
He's in ages. Unarmed, I'm guessing.
Yep. Just to grab him, basically.
It's an 8.
An 8. He leaps out. He's like, "Whoa! What are you doing there? What's going on?"
I know what you're doing, boyo.
Delivering a message.
Yes, the last one who came along turned out to be exactly who I didn't want it to be.
Was it Jeff?
You know who you are, Califris.
Who? I don't know who that is, mister.
I'm just like narrowing my eyes, like.
Wait, Gruff, did you just say Califris?
I don't know who that is.
Come on out! I know you're in there.
What are you talking about? You're a crazy
someone
man.
else's face.
You're a crazy man. I'm gonna get out of here. He just drops the letter and he's like turns to run.
I'll get you next time, Califris, you con man.
He runs off down the street.
So now we've got no ghost, but we've got the crazy
Wild
wild heart.
Yeah.
That is just gonna shout.
Don't go to that
at anyone
house.
Who comes to the door?
Any messenger. Yeah.
And don't come back.
I stumble out of the door, just putting on my clothes really quickly. Gruff, what's going on? I heard you say Califris.
Was that charlatan Califris again,
Was it?
pretending to be a courier again?
But you chased them off.
Oh, I chased him right off.
Good. Well done.
They did say they had a message from the palace, though.
We are expecting a message from the palace. To be fair,
We were, yes.
I expect Califris knows that.
Did your hand go through the clothes? Did it, like, you know?
Well, I tried to grab him, but I missed.
Okay, but I mean, they obviously said some kind of ominous, spooky sort of message, right?
He called me a crazy man.
Yeah, I heard that. That was
yes.
when he was running away from you.
And obviously transformed back into Califris's normal self, right?
Oh no, he kept the skin on, the face that he was wearing.
Skin on. Adds a much more sinister element to Califris. Kept the skin
He
on.
kept the skin on.
It's not or in the red, Kim. Jesus.
He might have just been a messenger who was delivering a message from
No.
the palace that we expected.
No, but he'd know that. He probably tampered with it.
Open the message.
Where is
Yeah,
it?
what does it say?
It's on the floor.
Pick it up.
Yeah. So it's got the seal of the Duke Ignorius, very fancy little letter envelope.
Well, it seems in order. Open it up.
Okay, make it. No, I'm joking. You open it up. Inside is a small note.
I'm gonna. I'll take out my battered spectacles.
Yeah, you put those on, and it simply reads, "You are to attend Lord Obsidius at the earliest convenience at the Ducal Palace. Present this to Considerate Orgrim for entrance."
All good?
I don't...
I read it out.
That seems like what we were expecting. Yeah, I think you just terrified an innocent person.
it's okay.
I'm shaking
Well
it to
done,
see if it
bro.
changes. or
Well
something.
done.
Maybe there's like a hidden message here if I hold it up to the sun.
Glitter bomb.
Some manure drops out.
He's shit on our doors.
Make an investigation check, Ruff.
13.
13. You pour over it, man. Califris is real tricksy because there's nothing here.
Trixie's
Good to be on guard. Definitely
Yes,
good to be on
yes.
guard.
using the dark arts again.
Okay,
The dark arts.
yeah. I don't think we're gonna get
Or-
letters ever again.
He's tampering with our mail and reading our messages, so he knows.
We
what
don't
we're
send
doing.
mail.
No, yeah.
No, when people send mail to us, he's reading it to know what we're up to. He's knowing our business.
Okay.
Paranoid old man.
I don't trust that one.
You know, I used to, way back when I was a kid, there was a guy who used to stand out in his garden, and if anyone went into his garden, he would yell,
Why are people
"Get
going?
off my lawn," he would say.
Well, why are people going into his garden without his permission?
They just, maybe, like, if they were playing with the ball and it went in, they would just go and get it back and go out.
Well, they could just ask him to pass the ball back.
Yeah, but he wouldn't do it. So either that or he would pick it up and smush it and then give it back to them. Like he would take the air out of it and give it back, you know, so that then they couldn't play anymore.
There's a moment where Gruffs just chokes on himself. Just stares into the middle distance. You see a little smile. He's like, right.
That's what I do. I burst their balls.
Oh, you're gonna be like that
Ruffians.
too. Okay, well, maybe someone else answers the door for a little bit.
Well, you weren't getting out of bed.
Yeah, no,
I was
don't
the
get
only one out
bed.
of bed. You're
well,
young uns. You don't like getting out of bed. You know, there's a lot of morning that you miss.
He used to say this too. He said
As this
too.
conversation is happening, Rowan, you were warned about a stranger.
I spring up from behind the bar. I hit my head on the bar. Was that a stranger?
It was the mail.
Beware!
What do you mean? What do you mean, Rowan? It was a mailman, we think, Califris.
What was in that water?
It was brandy.
It's like,
Fire
it's like a
brandy.
tiny bit of it as well.
It's just a wee.
Had a
dram of
crazy
fire
night last night, guys. I'm sorry about that.
We had one drink together.
Yeah,
but
and
yes,
I
okay.
slept like a baby.
Oh,
slept on the
right.
floor.
No, you
Yeah,
did
behind the bar.
Yeah, it's like,
That's where you put babies.
why didn't? Okay, sure.
Beware the stranger. Beware the stranger.
I did. I shook him. Well, I tried to shake him.
Good.
Slippery.
The stranger's after us.
What stranger? Califris?
I don't know, because they're a stranger.
Well, they're not a stranger to us.
Sorry, how do you know?
They're a stranger
Toad.
to me.
Toad.
The final prophecy before our adventure begins.
Good. Well thought.
I will claim that power,
What
but I
power?
must learn to control it.
Sorry.
What power?
What was the full prophecy exactly?
I've said it all, just in reverse.
Beware. Oh, hang on. Let me think back. Beware the stranger. You'll claim the power. What was it?
He's looking into the distance in a really weird way right now.
There are so many
Kinda
veins in his
concerning.
forehead. No idea. Good.
How's Hot Rod?
Who?
Hot Rod.
Back at the stables because we collect him today.
Oh. I'm
Oh,
so
because of the
hungover.
fire thing? The fire joke that I made?
Huh? No, I'm just wondering how he is. Because I'm
Just wondering
thinking
why you're
about
calling him Hot Rod.
Because he's fiery.
Right.
And you said, "Tsk, oh, and I laughed.
I didn't. Well, I completely forgot about that.
So, my assumption is you are going to go to the palace to speak to Obsidius.
Yes.
Yes.
Did we mark off the monies for the repairs and things already?
I believe we did.
I think
because-
we did.
Yeah.
Down,
You've
yeah.
taken that off your collective
There's-
goal.
supposed
I've got
to-
here tavern repairs.
Okay, nice. So that's all been paid for. So yeah, you can send work out. That's right, because you said like we will let you know when it's safe to come and do the work.
Yeah.
So you can send word to them.
Open the front door. No!
Yeah. By the time
Rough tackle.
by the time you get back, the inn will be repaired and refurbished
Wow.
as you desired. You make your way to the Dominus Ignarum. You make your way back up the familiar street. It is early. So there's really only guards and very early risers. You know, bakers and people getting their shops ready and their things like that. A few people kind of getting their breakfast. And you make your way to the entrance to the Papal Palace and present your letter to a sort of very mildly irritated, considerate Orgrim, who's
When's he not?
Good morning,
Is-
considerate.
Good morning, young lady. I am assuming you are here responding to Lord Obsidius's invitation.
Yes, we have the letter. If that. I mean.
Yes.
yeah.
Lord Obsidius is waiting. I will take you to see him.
Thank you.
Please make sure you show the proper respect.
Oh, we will.
Very good. Come with me. Well, strokes his big beard, and he leads you down.
Like barking.
He takes you.
Days.
He takes you to a part of the palace you guys haven't been to before. You don't go into the central audience chamber. You actually go down one of the side passages, which is all designed for the Ilkir, the non-dragon attendants of the family. And you make your way down a side passageway and up a very tall spiral staircase to an adjacent building, which has another one of these large domes, but is a bit smaller, and leads you into a chamber which you can tell immediately is Obsidius's sort of private chambers. You can see that it is a curved bookcase wall stuffed with tomes and scrolls and bits and pieces here and there. There's a large sort of dais-like object which has like a model of like a flat map of Altheya. And it has like metal rings which chart the movement of the crown and of Malia and Pyrrhus. You know, a little astronomy sort of like little lab. You can see a little alchemical station, but the large space in the middle is kept clear. There is a large sort of plush series of rugs and carpets and pillows for a dragon to basically lie upon if they needed to. But there is no full dragon form there this morning. Instead, dressed in a rather simple, plain black and red robe, sat in a large, overstuffed, quite worn and ratty-looking armchair. You see Obsidius. He's kind of dark skin, the black dreadlocks kind of like tinted with red in his robe, and he's just floating like a book, and he's turning the pages with magic as he's reading. He's just sort of very intently, stroking his chin and then flicking the pages. And then every now and then he gestures to the side and pulls like apples or fruit from a nearby bowl to him, and then he eats them as he's consuming all of that. Considerate Orgrim would announce you as you kind of arrive. Lord Obsidius, your guests, the adventurers are here.
The morons.
The adventurers are here at your request. Shall I fetch you anything, my lord? Do you require refreshments? Should I bring refreshments for them? Sort of very distastefully. And Obsidius is like, no, Orgrim, it is fine. I will speak with them. It should not take too long. You go back to your duties. Shut the door, please. As Orgrim's like, very good, my lord, very good.
Lord Obsidius, thank you for seeing to us in such a short... There we go, okay. Obsidious, so, hello again.
Yes. Hello again, Xantheus.
We thought it appropriate. Of course, my friends here are aware of the situation between us, Obsidious. We thought it appropriate that...
Can everyone else make an insight check for me, please?
With pleasure.
Fake dice, please.
Yeah, sure, yeah, throw them in. Why not?
Sod it, yeah. Fake dice me.
Sure.
23.
23,
I incite him.
17.
17.
19.
19. All three, apart from Daisy, who's just la 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 happily like, ooh,
I'm
nice
just
dragon
looking
man.
at the nice room.
It's lovely room. There's like artwork, there's paintings. It's lovely, lovely, lovely room. All of you, every time Xantheus just says Obsidious and doesn't use his title, there is this kind of bemused annoyance and you can see Obsidious sort of very carefully taking Xantheus in. He is greatly annoyed that Xantheus is not using his tone, but is also not outwardly reacting to it for whatever reason you don't know.
My friends here are aware of the situation between us, and felt it appropriate to let you know. I know that you can track me, can see where I am, can sense irregularities in my magic, should a situation arise.
Good. And you are all aware of what Xantheus carries.
To the best of our abilities, Lord Obsidious.
How long have you all known about the crown steel?
Since we've been in Ashen's Rest.
No, it wasn't. It was a little bit after that, wasn't it?
Yeah.
No,
Well-
it wasn't. It's not that long.
Not as soon as we arrived, but it became apparent when you couldn't hide it any longer from us.
Curious. Did you know that typically, and he sort of begins examining his long talons,
Everyone starts shaking.
did you know that typically crown steel, its corruption does not affect the one simply carrying it, it affects all beings around them for some time.
No.
No.
Know that.
A radius effect. It appears that Xantheus's magic is keeping it contained for now, but it is interesting that such a potent resource is contained by whatever magic Xantheus possesses. You should be wary. Should it become unbound, or should Xantheus's protective magic fail, anyone who is near to Crown Steel, if you spend enough time near it, you will begin to feel its effects.
But protected by this runic magic,
Yes.
Obsidious managed to identify this particular shard as unbelievably pure compared to maybe some other crown steel.
Not
you
the
might say.
purest, but it is of an exceptional quality, yes.
So the effects of which are particularly dangerous, though contained, but also highly sought after.
And it is my understanding you wrote in your message you gave to Orgrim that you intend to assist my half-sister with a matter. Yes?
Yes.
I know of the matter of which you speak. You are headed to try and find Sir Eldrak and the shield.
That is correct.
That will take you into the Ash Hills. A dangerous circumstance.
That is, yeah.
Yes, my dear.
Hi. I was just wondering if there's any danger of Xantheus being around that and maybe losing himself.
Yes. Of course. Do remember this metal, when Galvassar and the traitors consumed it,
it does not simply grant them more power and corrupt their bodies, it also corrupts their mind. They craved it. There have been reports that those who possess crown steel, those who ingest it, they become dependent on it. It is an addiction one must fulfill if one does not obtain more of it. Xantheus' case is unique, for the metal is bound to him, but yet he does not feel all of its effects. But the Ash Hills, the battles that were fought there, many of the traitorous dragons were slain above it. Their bodies fell. Their bodies rotted. In some cases, the crown steel was recovered. In many cases, small fragments of it, pieces of it, were lost. Centuries ago now, such fragments may have been recovered, gathered, stolen, but also they may have made their way into the soil. The Ash Hills are a desolate place. I fear that the entire place is under the effects of corruption there. Yes.
Further to that question, thank you, my lord.
You're most welcome.
What signs should we look out for if we were to start to become affected? If what's protecting Xantheus's crown steel, if that was to start leaking out, what are the initial signs that we should look for?
Well, little one, if you intend to head to the Ash Hills, it is not merely the crown steel Xantheus carries. You should be cautious of encountering crown steel out in the hills itself. You may come across it in caves or in the earth, or perhaps embedded into creatures. Some creatures consume it without realizing it. There are often bounties, and we are sent knights out to slay such creatures. They become warped and corrupted, mutated by it. You should be cautious of all of this as well. But yes, there are signs. You will encounter physical symptoms, headaches, weakness, illness, nightmares and dreams, that sort of thing. You will also perhaps notice physical changes. You have seen Xantheus's arm, I take it. That is one potential manifestation. I do not know exactly what may happen, but it mutates flesh and body. Be aware of any changes to yourself. Minor levels of corruption can be reversed in time. If one is absent from crown steel, if one has proper magical treatments, it can be undone. But when we reach, in Xantheus' case, it is bedded into him. It would be very difficult for us to undo it. It would simply return. But for the rest of you, should you become corrupted or infected, it can be undone, but only in the earlier stages. If you allow the corruption to build, to spread, to take over, you may be beyond help, unfortunately.
Well, that's good.
You will also find that maybe your mind will begin to alter and shift. You may find yourself more aggressive, more capricious. You may find yourself more greedy or suspicious of others, paranoid. It plays tricks on your mind. So be cautious. I will not advise you against heading to the Ash Hills, however. I fear that it would be unkind of me to my half-sister. She is greatly concerned for Sir Eldrak, and I would not trust many others on this quest. You have proven yourselves loyal, capable, brave. If anyone should be able to assist Sir Eldrak, I imagine it will be you. But do be cautious. The Ash Hills themselves, I know that there was a green dragon from Mistwald, a lady. She wanted to visit the Ash Hills, sending a survey team. They had hopes of assisting the land, returning it, stopping whatever blight is affecting it. I have not heard from them, however. They may be in the area, may prove to be useful allies, should you be there. They may even ask for your aid. It may coincide with what has happened with Sir Eldrak. I do not know. The Ash Hills are a prosperous place. There are many mines, gemstones to be found there, but in the state that they are in now, it is quite dangerous. Many of the beasts and animals there are either corrupted or mildly tainted by the aura that is there. Was there anything else you wish to know?
Do you believe I might be able to sense the effects of nearby crown steel myself? Or will the reaction be more subtle?
It will be subtle. It depends on the purity. If it is high quality and pure, you may feel it a stronger, almost subconscious draw towards it. I imagine that you yourself, Xantheus, will not notice it too much. You may feel yourself drifting in a certain direction, or a strange curiosity to explore somewhere nearby. The others, however, if you watch for Xantheus, if he suddenly becomes interested in a direction or a place, it may be indicating that Crown Steel is nearby. His body, his mind will crave it, even if he himself does not realize it.
Is that the draconic side of me, or
That is a mixture of the draconic side and the magical side. Crown Steel affects those with magical talents or magical blood most strongly, but we are also those most adept at not succumbing. Should a mortal, say you, Rowan, were you to ingest Crown Steel?
I would never, Lord Obsidius.
Please, a mere hypothetical.
Okay, what's that?
Pretend question. If you were to ingest it, it is exceedingly toxic to those who do not have magical blood. You may find that it will kill you. Just simply the process of ingesting it or holding it even can prove fatal to some.
I need some gloves.
Be warned, things such as gloves and clothing will offer you no protection.
Oh.
If you store it in an airtight metal container, that will reduce the effectiveness of the Crown Steel. But, and whatever you do, do not place Crown Steel into a magical container. There are devices that create extra-dimensional spaces. Do not place Crown Steel into them. It is exceptionally dangerous to do so.
now I want to do it.
But that's...
Okay.
Be cautious. But also, if you find any of the metal, and you feel that you have a safe way of extracting it, if you bring it to me, I will ensure it is properly destroyed. I would not trust it in the hands of many others. And if it is left there, it will likely be found by bandits or scavengers or miners or some such, or animals will consume it and cause problems down the line. I hope that whatever Sir Eldrak is involved with is not too serious and that you are able to find him easily. He is Dragonborn, so he too may be drawn to Crown Steel.
Thank you for your insight and for your understanding, Lord Obsidius.
You are most welcome, Sister Ophelia, Delegate of Osseous. I trust that your efforts and your freedom to preach is going well.
Oh, very well, thank you, yes.
It pleases me. I have often found sometimes the Church's rather restrictive and dogmatic approach to the world is limiting. It is refreshing to see my father encouraging more free-thinking and entrepreneurial individuals.
Well, please extend my thanks to your father, and of course to you, my door is always open. If you wish to partake in a sermon or two.
Perhaps not a sermon, but I am very interested in your land's skill in necromancy. It is a school of magic that is often seen with an eye of doubt here. I fear that it is a powerful magical school, but I'm afraid that I am not one for gods and religious sermons, but I'm always happy to discuss necromancy with you.
Oh, well, I'll be willing to share. Also, I've heard that Ernest Keir is also
Yes.
very learned in necromancy.
Yes, the black dragons, they have a natural connection to it. In the same way that we cauldrons, the red dragons have an affinity for fire and evocation. I am very blessed to have a black dragon mother, and she has taught me much of necromancy and shadow magic, as we call it.
Oh, fascinating. I'd love to see more and talk to you about this more.
Oh, perhaps if I can find the time. But the rest of you are well, I take it. And your new knightly vow, Sir Gruffith, or Knight-errant Gruffith, how does that fare?
They are everything that I followed before, and I will follow them to my core.
I'm pleased to hear it.
If you do find a way to help Xantheus, I know that he mentioned that you spoke about that, then we would help.
Yes, of course. I am researching the Proto-Magi vaults. I do believe that may be the clearest path to assisting Xantheus. The Proto-Magi were incredible in their knowledge of magic and their skill. There are no spells or techniques I know of to remove the crown still or to even disable this protective magic of Xantheus's. But the Proto-Magi were known to have, some of their vaults have displayed what we call anti-magic, fields that negate magical effects. Such a field may lower the defenses around Xantheus's chest and allow the crown still to be extracted, though you would need someone of great medical skill to be on hand to ensure that he is not injured. Of course, non-magical skill, for the anti-magic field would prevent any magical healing. But yes, I believe that may be our best path forward for now. If I learn of anything else, I will, of course, let you all know. I am entrusting you all, as I do, to keep an eye on Master Oregon.
Gruff is really good at doing that.
Yes, I would expect no less of a knight-errant.
He is my ward, and as you may know, one of the first tenets of the Order of the Loyal Hounds is protect the meek, the vulnerable, and the infirm. And I will protect him. Even if that means I have to protect him from himself.
Be warned, Gruffith of Tremoro. That sorcerer is neither meek, infirm, or vulnerable. There is a great power within that metal shard. A metal power that now courses through Xantheus's veins.
Well, I appreciate the compliment, Obsidius.
I nudge Xantheus. It's Lord Obsidius.
That's what I said, wasn't it?
No.
Oh, my apologies, Lord Obsidius.
You are a most interesting one. I believe that you should speak with my sister before you leave. But note that my spell will inform me should you use the metal. But if it is outside of Ashen Rest, if your life depends on it, do not hesitate. It is better that you are alive than dead.
Sorry, I feel like I misread that one. Do not hesitate.
To use the metal, should you have to.
Would that not...
Not in this region.
Okay. Yes. Understood.
That's Mark saying, you can still use your cool thing.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be instantly, you're dead.
Yeah.
But yeah. He's it's a case of just don't use it here.
Yeah, fair enough. He'll kill me if I use it here.
Yeah.
He'll just know about it if I use it outside.
Yeah, he'll know if you've used it a lot. Anyway,
And if I keep using it outside, then he's probably going to be like, well, something's gone real fucking wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
with that, we're already over. That is going to be it for today's episode.
Yeah. Next time
Next time.
to Emberissa and head
And then
off.
get off, I was gonna say, and then head off.
And then get off. Get off.
Fuck, it happened to Matt and it nearly happened to me.
Legs.
No, it's
No,
not as bad.
it's not as bad. It's nowhere near as bad. No, don't worry. I'm aware.
Time will come.
I like to think
will
also there's
Calm.
for Xantheus.
Yeah, you've already done
I
it.
like to imagine as well for Xantheus, he was in his head like saying Lord Obsidius that entire time, but like that crown steel part of him was like,
No,
fuck the dragons. These guys suck. Like their
you're better
hierarchy.
than them. Yeah.
Yeah, so there's almost like a that is what I was saying, wasn't it?
Sure.
but, like something twisting it maybe
Yeah.
that he didn't even realize.
Yeah.
Anyway.
With that, we are going to head off. That's going to be it. We're going to head out. That's going to be the end of the episode. Thank you
Yeah.
so much for joining us. We will see you next week. But in the meantime, we're going to see some of you at High Rollers Live at the Adelphi Theatre in 2 days.
God.
So we will be back the Sunday after. We have every plan to do a regular episode, I believe.
Yes.
So we will see you then. Take care.
Side quest.
We love you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye now.